So.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm still looking at
Ja, jetzt erstmal Navi gegen Vitality. Es sollte ein cooles Game sein. Theoretisch, also Vitality Favorit, denke ich. Mal sehen.
Is going to be in this last band from Vitality, but I'd expect the Nocturne or maybe even a Rumble ban.
Rumble bagged up.
But it's actually going to be the Nocturne, so not really going to see the early pressure on the jungle, which I expected a little bit more of. Is maybe they're just thinking, hey, with the Orianna away, the Nocturne isn't too big of a threat, but I still think Nocturne should be valued here on both sides.
It's a big question then, because Nautilus was final ban, alluding as what you were saying about Vitality. Syndra also going to go there, so yeah, making sure that mages in the mid lane aren't going to be outranged or at least jeweled out. Vitality first pick, you said maybe it could be the Nocturne, maybe it could be jungle pick here, could be the Rumble. There's a lot open that Vitality can play
could
with.
Also be it, right?
That's
Which I don't hate for Linces here. Because there's also then, what I like about Vitality is the flexibility of Fiesta in the mid lane. So by taking the Vi, I think you open up then for a little bit more when it comes towards like the mid lane as well. But instead, we're just going to see the Rumble taken. Happy it seems like to go, hey, either we get the...
Mein Team liegt 10-0 zur Halbzeit zurück. Drehen die es noch? Ja.
Flexibility with Fiesta in the mid lane.
Die drehen das noch.
If you don't want to put your priority in those eggs basket. Victor gets picked up first, question mark. We're going to see if that gets locked in. A lot of the good options into it taken away. Rise as well. There is still that Anivia up. If they lock this in,
Interesting Rumble First Pick. Einer der wenigen Picks, die Meta spielen kann mit Kaiser Banner außerdem.
Take the Jarvan here if you want to, or the Vi. I mean, point and click on both sides is pretty good. You've also still got good maneuverability around the map as well, which is also handy. Unless you're kind of thinking, we want to secure some sort of strong AD carry as well, but I think you're fine here as Navi.
So what are we going to do? It's not going to be all. It's not going to be all blind, guys. Unless you're like, actually, no, it's not blind. It's a Rumble. I'm silly. And Bessa, looked at, locked in.
Gibt's ein Interview nach der Series mit Danush? Ja, also mit Arvindir.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a go-to for Mainter, right? He's wanted this as his main carry pick whenever he can get his hands on it. So you've strong side lanes already set up for Navi. So there's now a call here for Vitality. I imagine you still take your jungler, either the Vi or the Jarvan, whatever you feel most comfortable for. And then do you try and match the mid lane here? Or are you comfortable enough to say, hey, we've got a...
Ja, Olaf gibt's nicht, anscheinend. Besser 1-2 Rise. Was spielen wir? Anivia? Ja, plus starker AD Jungler. Jarvan?
No, looks like it's just going to be the Anivia instead.
Jarvan, oder?
Nivea, already a lot of zone control from Vitality with Rumble and Nivea. As you said, Jarvan pairing here always looks nice with Rumble.
Ja.
They care about some of the mobility or the fact that there's a
Und Village wird kein Ding spielen. Zayn auf 3 vielleicht. Vi. Oh.
There's that Vi just right on the opposite side. So if I'm Vitality, what I'm trying to hard force here is short range AD carries.
Yep.
Because you're already seeing a very short range composition on Navi's side. And if I can get things that are going to be stuck by an Anivia wall, that are going to get caught out in equalizers and get high value from them, that's where the best options are. So I'd imagine like Ezreal, even things like the Lucian, going to be high priority for Vitality here on the ban list, just to try and enable those team fights a little bit simpler for them.
Well, on the other side, what are Navi going to get rid of? No AD carry for Kazi yet either. Maybe something like the Corki that also could deal with a bit of the Vi and the Ambessa lockdown. Ezreal banned by Navi instead.
Yeah, so I think they're probably thinking, hey, we're going to get the first pick here. So,
right.
But honestly, I think if I'm Vitality, I kind of just matched still the AD carry bans, just swapped the Ezreal for like the Corki, the Lucian. Maybe
Vitality hat momentan die höchsten Chancen auf dem dritten Seed, würde ich schon sagen.
Essentially just try and limit
MCOM muss ein bisschen mehr reinkommen. SK Win 9-2-0 untergegangen.
Which I don't think is the best. Maybe it comes back to bite them a little bit.
Ja, sieht schon wieder nach Anivia God Mode aus, ja, ist korrekt.
Though, if they go down that path, or if they get rid of a support that follows with engage, Xayah versus Vi and Bessa, again, not a bad option. We didn't see it work last game, but we know in practice that is one of the best options into Vi jungle.
2-0 untergegangen.
Final ban. Is it going to be Xayah, or are they going to go another AD carry route? They're going to get rid of Xayah instead.
Yeah, so I mean, Navi do have a dive composition themselves, so we're just like, hey, that's the mobile champions. But I think now if Vitality end up banning the Corki, then Sam D might be in a little bit of trouble here with himself. And Vitality, I think, could still play the Caitlyn and try and play for that like very long range, and then still be relatively okay. But these are kind of the two AD carries I'm keeping my eyes on right now.
Corki or not? Corki or not? What's it going to be?
Lulu.
Okay, so maybe getting rid of the potential of Yunara Lulu for Navi in bottom lane. You mentioned Caitlyn before. That's still up. It's slammed by Sam D.
Yeah, so I think now you're in a bit of an awkward spot here as Karzi, because you maybe want to try and, like, you'd want to match with some sort of mage, but that's a little bit difficult. Varus could work. Well, you've so much AP on Vitality side, you can't go for more AP. So I think Varus could be a...
Ja, ich weiß nicht, ob du Corki lanen kannst gegen Caitlyn.
Especially with the stat.
Hört sich tough an.
So maybe Varus...
Maybe, aber Mage-Spot, den kannst du auch nicht gehen. Oh, ist actually ein tough Spot, ne?
I still think that's a little bit of a tough one.
Ja, Bart, was? Bart Corki?
Normally it would be something like the Varus pairing if you couldn't already get Caitlyn, as you said. Or it'd be the Ezreal, but that's banned away. So many 80 carries have been taken off the board. Mage bot, no, too much AP. What else do we have with range? We're going to get the Jhin from Kazi. And that does set up nicely with Vitality's comp.
Jhin, okay.
What are NAVI going to do to engage? How do you win this lane further?
I think you just take carry.
Well,
I think you just look for full push, right? You get a ton of control. Bard can't really fight back against you. And the Jhin's still going to be struggling a little bit in the later team fights if Vitality don't hard win in the early stages, because you don't get to set up on those objectives as easily as you'd like. So I kind of like what NAVI have drafted here, right? You've got opportunity to try and play through strong bot lane, try and set up for some early skirmishes around Dragon and play for those Dragon stacking, which NAVI have been vocal about in their interviews as that's their game plan. Whereas on Vitality's side, I think you've got a little bit more early playmaking with the Jarvan, especially if Fleshy can find some good times to start to roll.
Botlane ist tough. Anivia ist aber wirklich...
On the bottom lane. So I think this is definitely a game where NAVI have tools to make things happen, and it's Vitality to see if they can disrupt them and find some early advantages that lets them set up on objectives ahead of NAVI.
Oh, interrupting NAVI. That's going to be Vitality's mix, bread and butter with the skirmishing. I mean, that's what this team's been quite akin to so far. I was going to say this split, but obviously it's just the way Vitality's mantra has been going for the longest time now. NAVI on the other side, Dagda in such an important match. LEC has the go button, Mainta with the follow-up. I mean, it's a really good combination. We know that Vi and Bessa as a duo fit so nicely because Vi presses R, keeps someone stagnant, and Bessa has an easy target. Delay or no delay on the ulti now, it doesn't matter when a target can't move.
Yeah, I think it's also the Caitlyn gets to play from such long.
Anivia nicht blind gleich GG. Ja, Anivia sollte hier ziemlich stark werden.
It can be kind of difficult for Vitality to really get the follow-up that they want, right? Because you're looking for like a flag and drag into the Cataclysm, but you're so far away from the rest of the team at that stage, especially something like an Anivia, that it can be hard to have follow-up if you try and all-in as that Jarvan. So I prefer what NAVI have brought to the table. It's just that Vitality have been so good at finding windows with Linces to play for bot lane, to find these small advantages, and that's why it's so hard to just count Vitality out in these early games.
Very difficult indeed when Vitality want to send it. Fleshy just gets tagged out with a built-over Peacemaker. As they said it on desk already, it is nice to see these two players going head-to-head again. They mentioned the T1 versus Nongshim. Just going to take over for a little bit. Sorry, production. Before we look at runes again. Yeah, Fiesta didn't have a good series, and that's all we're going to talk about.
Also, was will ich von Poby sehen? Ich will von Poby sehen, dass er nicht die ganze Zeit auf Seite gecatcht wird. Sehr simpel. Sideline nicht infeeden. Archie, danke für den 14. So.
It's kind of hard because I agree with the desk, which is like, hey, I'm surrounded by T1. You know what? Like, Mainter may think he's not quite up to the scratch.
What are you looking at? Hey, Egg's going to come.
Ja, das ist fein.
Surrounded by T1 or not,
Der Trade ist okay.
Out early.
Yeah, and still managing to get at least a somewhat okay trade. Still though, that's all pots burned. Fiesta is now at half HP and still has a pot to go as well. Poby still needs to be a little bit careful, but is getting some decent trades.
He's looking for level 2. He's now found it. Gets that Q burn, or rather spread here with the E down. Fiesta at half HP. Flashes forward.
Oh.
Couple more autos. Fiesta's got nowhere to go. There it is.
Wow.
Flash from Fiesta.
Okay, Gesundheit, danke.
He almost at his number again.
Okay.
But look at where Linces is. Linces has actually been stealing away all the camps on the bottom side for LEC while all this is happening in the mid lane. So this has been a bit of an awkward split map here. This is what we're talking about. Linces so creative when it comes towards his jungle path team. So it's sending LEC back up towards his top side, and now this bottom lane has to be careful.
Overheating, good damage here from main to solo kill coming up. Flash
Oh.
the auto almost.
Boneplating come up, by the way.
The
Wow.
came in
Was passiert denn in den Solo-Lanes hier?
as that flash from Mainter came through. That is heartbreaking for the Ambessa.
And now he can't miss the wave. Knucknucker hits 3 though, gets a bit of health back. Electro Harpoon number 1, looking for number 2.
Oh Gott.
Cannon under turret.
Oh, großer Gott, aber ist natürlich gut für Mainter, ne? Ist natürlich sehr gut für Mainter.
Look at the wave denied with Cannon in tow. Mainter's going to call it worth as Fiesta has nowhere to go. Flashed on with the Volt Breaker. Navi's early game so far. Explosive as all hell. Fiesta
sehr explosive. Super Wolf für Topline, klar.
From getting near.
That wall was perfect from Fiesta because Pope
Mainter hält sein TP.
increased damage rather than the root immediately. And with that wall means that Poby can't follow up to get that lockdown of Fiesta. Fiesta barely escapes. But it's Knucknucker dying to Mainter in the 1v1 top lane is insane.
It is, especially for the solo kill king up in top these days. Knucknucker, you don't often see it. He does technically get another one, by the way, because Mainter was a trade kill. But as we come back, the wave was denied, but a good state right now. Knucknucker is slowly pushing out towards Mainter. He's not going to miss too many minions, and eventually that is going to have to budge.
Yeah, so while we've been highly focused on the lanes, Linces has actually been silently gaining a lead for himself.
Yep.
Immediately reset, moved in towards this top side, protected his top camps, which is why LEC went for that play in mid. He now has both camps up for himself on that bottom side of the map. He's even going to take the crab on this top side, which is where LEC is going to, but doesn't quite have spot yet. Does actually, a little bit behind on the UI there, but now gets this, so now can move into this bot side, can maybe pick up a double crab, and then still have camps to boot on this bottom side.
Oh my god, wait.
Also, Freunde. Ui, 3-in-3-Match auf Mitte, ja, zum Wave. Reincrashen.
Fiesta just trying to get pushback. He wants to reset. This bird doesn't have.
Also Mitte ist komplett guckt.
Yeah, but he does get to reset. Poby doesn't get the wave.
Also guckt.
Still have more camps. Paris trying to interrupt but can't really do it.
No.
Like, look at the lead that's opening up for Linces. Like, it's basically the difference for the one that Fiesta has in the mid lane.
Yeah. Versus what Linces has now. As you said, the jungling is highly optimized. A lot taken away from LEC. Midwave pushed in. Fiesta's on the way, but Poby's at 40 to 17 CS's. Knucknucker's getting something back. Mainter half the way to level 6. A little bit closer towards Knucknucker on a trap after the magical journey. Sandy, good kiting around. Deadly Flourish as well. Kazi doesn't have 4 in the tank. He's up to 2 more. But Sandy gets away. And Kazi also doing pretty well in this lane.
Hoy war von T1 korrekt.
Outstanding
T1 Academy.
right now through different lanes. Obviously mid is the biggest one.
Also, was passiert? Also, warum ist meine Anivia 20 CS da? Entschuldigung, ich muss es jetzt kurz wissen. Was passiert hier? Knucknucker, Orkan? Orkan, er wird gleich im E geultet. Er hat hier 2 Boots noch nicht ready. Jetzt ist Fakt für Mainter, by the way, hä? Durch diese 2 Harpunen ist jetzt State richtig Fakt für Mainter, weil mal Knucknucker hätte jetzt Level 6.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my eyes on LEC though. No camps on the bottom side to speak of, and that ward that was in the pixel brush just died. So I think LEC could end up going for a secondary play if he wants to run towards that top side, but just going to look for the reset alongside Mainter, who's a bit half HP. So again, it's Linces with a sizable gold lead for himself and control. Has the level 6 play if he ends up picking up any of these camps in the next few moments. So for NAVI, they're going to struggle to kind of look for plays in the next couple of minutes. And I think this is a big relief for Fiesta because he's been struggling to get what he needs in that mid lane. But now with the jungle lead, Linces can try and cover for these plays, maybe even set up as but Poby's flash is going to be back in just a couple of seconds.
Yep.
So should have that if Linces tries to visit mid.
He's angling after the blue buff to find his mark. Level 6 will be there. And again, it has just been a jungle storm in the midst of everything happening towards mid. 6 now on quiet. LEC half the way off. This has got Krugs to clear. Movement. Linces knows this is unwatered. There's so much vision control here. Magical Journey going to be taken. Flag and Drag gets a flash. Parrot stuck in the dome. Now flashes too. Linces ulti down, but Navi without their key summoners.
So Vitality try and turn and burn onto bot lane. They will get double sums, so at least that should give them the dragon. But Poby wants to try and make a play.
Ist gut. Oh, Orkan ulti die Wave, ist nicht mal ab. Lebt er? Definitiv nicht. Was überlebt hätte.
Tearing up as LEC getting torn up by Vitality's three-man core on the bottom side.
Was macht der Türke noch?
Uses his lead well too, and in front of Drake, no steal, a dead Vi.
That felt way overplayed by Relech. There was
Sicher.
his first dragon. Like, you don't
Valid.
try and force that hard to
In dem Fall war Relish gemeint.
you just give the dragon to Vitality and you give a kill. And you were watching Poby make a great play top lane to get main to a lead. There was no need to try and overforce the issue.
And it meant that top lane was in a great position. Now, is that going to change? Because Lince's
Was zur Hölle hat der da gerade gemacht? Wollte für einen Stil gehen oder was? Aber es ist niemals worth it.
start of. I say that
Never, never, never.
level 6 off this third scuttle. But as he does finally get there dagged up, the question is, how strong is Lince's going to be to the fight? Because it's all about these grubs that now spawn, and Lince's is in the area.
Yeah, I think at the moment though, with push on top, actually, Relech should be able to get a decent amount of these. No ult for Lince.
0-2 hier und dann Schildstuttgart schon, ja, rede.
He's starting to move over from Navi.
He's trying to time it though. His Cataclysm almost up. Lich gets out of there with Vault Breaker. Poby moves over as well. Paris trying to zone and get their way back in, but two grubs, I think, are going Vitality's way, and Navi are just going to back off, not overstep their mark. Vitality get the key objective for the most part. And Relech now clearing his camp so that Linces can't take more.
Yeah, it's not too much in the grand scheme of things. Navi basically not feeling like they'd forced it. Maybe they didn't realize that Linces didn't have his ult for just a few more moments. But either way, they get one grub, they back away. Relech can start to clear out his camps again. And you're still getting pressure for Mainter on that top side, which is kind of the big gameplay for Navi in this early game, especially with that Poby roam. So at least for Navi, you're kind of happy with that. For Vitality though, you're starting to see like the kill on the bottom side, that early gold going towards Cardsy, starting to help him out.
Yeah.
And those roams from Fleshy at least keeping Fiesta in check here in the mid lane.
Also got some magical shrines, like those caretaker shrines are so nice when you support.
Ja, sind 4 Türken.
With health. As Fiesta has TP, he's going to back away. That double crystal's going to turn into a catalyst. And yeah, Fiesta closer towards Rod of Ages. 500 gold lead here for Vitality near the 10-minute mark. They picked up all the objectives pretty much. And still in a good state, despite that attempt from Poby before. Despite that top lane being 2-1 up.
Relech trying to cover for a play on the bottom side still. No flashes on Sam D and Paris.
Ja, jetzt müssen wir schauen. Also solange Fiesta jetzt Poby hier in Lane hält, stuck, ist die Map für Vitality... Was hat der Mentor gerade gemacht? Ja, solange der den Rice in Schach hält, der nicht roamen kann, ist es sehr entspannt jetzt.
Linces might get some from the rest of this wave. Fleshy, Tempted Fate, catches. Paris burned his flash before. He doesn't have it in the bag. Magical Journey, or rather a Cosmic Binding. No, Linces doesn't flag and drag on that one. Doesn't want to go in.
Vitality mistimed it. They thought that they were maybe Relech had backed at that stage, but Relech able to cancel the reset and a good trap from Sam D to prevent Linces with the...
Wir sind am Player besser, ich meine, er ist schlechter.
Gets to walk away.
Und Tabis sind schon sehr stark. Oh, Top Roam.
Poby though wants another one.
He's coming back again. Public Execution was dodged. Meanwhile, though, in the picture-in-picture, or at least off-cam, Nucker with no flash, so he goes in instead. Mainter has himself a more, and that's healing him up, or rather dodging the damage. Nucker getting hit away.
Er kann overheaten und versuchen. Na, guck mal, er wartet. Ja. Er wollte overheat into All-in-Man.
Silences Nucker again. Dive top over and over and make sure Nucker never gets off the ground.
Starker Play. Aber die Crossmaps von Vitality sitzen halt, ne? Schon gut. Ist schon sehr gut.
Yeah, Lince sticking around to punish Sam D as he comes back into lane. No flash, as we were talking about, so they make it happen. But really well played by Poby in this early game. He's been doing a fantastic job of the second you see Linces on the map, attacking the other side of the map, and now it's netted 2 kills for him alongside the one for Mainter, and is really opening up for this top side. We'll see it again here. Mainter tries to hit with the public execution to buy time for Poby to get in. Nako able to sidestep because that ultimate takes an 8.
Ich fand das Interview mit ihm auch sehr nice.
Navi make it work. And as he talked about having that early Hex Drinker on Mainter, the shield.
Ich fand das Interview mit ihm sehr, sehr, sehr nice. Also seine Insights ergeben schon sehr viel Sinn, right?
Make the play work in the top lane.
Und wie er auch Jungle und so sieht, kann man nicht viel sagen. Oh wow, es ist Hubris Gen, der geht den Hubris PD-Bild. Interessant. Wir haben Bard-Ulti theoretisch ab, by the way, für den Vi-Engage, also wesentlich schöner Flash von Fiesta. Oh, schöne Wall, aber haben die da mehr drauf noch? Oh, haben sie. Das ist so stark. Viel zu deep von Village, aber ja. Guter Counterplay von Vitality.
Relax sent it too deep. As the flag and drag went through, he was sent so far into backline. And especially with that crystalline wall and the Bard combo.
Orkan.
Vitality make it work.
Top lane again, overheating, auto attacks, public execution flushed away from.
Da ist noch ein Equalizer ab.
This time has to burn someone to do so.
Schau, jedes Mal Probe. Ich glaube, er wäre dafür gegangen. Er wäre nach vorne geflasht, wäre Probe nicht auf dem Roam gewesen wieder. Hat Navi nicht das bessere Team als kommt? Nö, wieso? Also, ich glaube nicht, aber mich interessieren immer die Gedankengänge. Wieso?
Not quite able to happen for Fiesta. But still, like, this is netting, like, leads for Vitality, which is crucial, right? Lorelech making a couple of mistakes in this jungle part, or the jungle in the early stages, and now Vitality at least sending Fleshy up here to guarantee that Nako can collect this wave. But the bot lane, the jungle, very far ahead for Vitality.
Manta just speaking up quickly is face check here. Lorelech, Vault Breaker out, he's okay. That is going to become an eclipse. Excuse me. It was Hex Drinker last game early. Moved into Eclipse. Now we're seeing the same again. And much like Trace and Manta in a pretty decent spot here on this end.
Ich denke, das Navi gegen Probe jetzt irgendwie schon letztes Spiel. Okay, aber du hast ja gesagt, die Comp ist besser. Warum? Also warum glaubst du es?
Something to worry about for NAVI, but even though it's up here for Vitality, those solo laners are still in decent positions here as they're cresting towards their first and a bit items.
Yeah, I mean the problem for NAVI is that they just haven't been able to sync up around like the timers where they could punish Vitality. Like partly there, right? Mentor did have his TP for the potential fight around that bottom side, but instead he ends up having to trade against Nako so he can't join the fight. Relech way oversends it on the play as well, and then he tries to save it by turning it on to Fiesta, who reads it great with the flash away. But that means that then you don't really have the follow-up.
Mein größtes Problem ist, dass diese Vi hier komplett user, also die Caitlyn, ja, auch die ist sehr behind. Mein Problem ist, dass die Vi hier mit der Vi am besser kommt, eigentlich den primären Engage nehmen muss, aber der Bard countert sie, plus sie ist extrem behind, also auch wen Engage sie auf Kasi. Hat Tabis, hat Flash, auf kann super viel Distanz aufbauen, plus Bard wieder darauf. Also ich glaube einfach, dass der nächste Teamfight sehr, sehr schwierig für Navi ist und das wird halt um den dritten Drake herum sein, most likely. Ja. SK 2-0 verloren, korrekt, ja.
Stops him midway. Cosmic Binding not going to connect. Manta jumps in instead. Relech over the wall. Ready to engage, but he's not going to take the mark just yet.
Ultra schwierig.
In, maybe to Fleshy onto Fiesta. No, he's got an egg. He's going to be
Bard ultis up.
In trouble. Public execution. Tempered Fate stops the play. This will be Cosmic Binding after they get the double stun, but away they go separated. The stun up comes in, but it's way too late and dead is Fiesta. Navi's combination is beautiful. Making magic happen thanks to Manta.
Yeah, I mean, basically, Vitality try to make a play on both sides of the maps and it comes back to bite them. And now even Karma roaming actually intros Linsis, who was on the Rift Herald as well.
I mean, Herald zu bekommen ist okay. Ist trotzdem komisch, dass du auf Bot dann, also, dafür stirbst. Oh, stark. Es ist der Hubris. Ah, schade.
As the Hexfire Optics 80 carry going to pick up some lettuce in River. Linsa starts the grubs again, or rather the Herald Poby. Magical Journey on top of Kazi's face. He flashes away with the 4-shot, gets rooted up. Deadly Flash to get away. Poby fights away nicely. Has to Ghost to do so. Both summoners now down as well. We're throwing haymakers after haymakers. Nako also TP's in. He's got no ulti, but hang on onto the Herald. Steal it away. TP in. Navi, let's fight again. Cataclysm down.
Schön von,
Curtain Call opens up.
Wow.
Now in trouble is
recht gut von Lukas.
Almost finding the mark as a 4-shot as well. I picked up Vitality. This is great. I love this. This is so entertaining.
This is bedlam on the map. Everyone looking for kills and kind of forgetting about the objectives. It does mean though that Vitality, despite the
eine Menge TPs raus und eine Menge Flash. Schaut mal die Flashes an für den nächsten Drake. Wie zur Hölle soll Navi den nächsten Fight gewinnen mit der Summoner-Situation? Gegen Bard dann Nivea.
Kept trying to send it in to get kills in the mid lane rather than just turning towards the Rift Herald and focusing down Linces. And they get nothing.
They don't. They get absolutely nothing. Flash burned out of Paris as well. And look at all the summoners that have been churned around in these last fights. Rotation of Fiesta, Nako getting them back up from their last usage. Relech the only one on the side of Navi who have theirs. Is in the last fight, all of them were burned bar his. in that scuffle around the Herald. Props to Navi though, Dagda. Like, this is not the team you'd expect to try and skill check Vitality. They're trying to...
Oh, außerdem Reminder, wenn ihr eine neue Matratze oder ein Bett braucht, dann wartet ihr bis zum 1. oder ein Topper, wartet ihr bis zum 1. September. Und kauft dann bei Emma. Nur damit wir auf derselben Page sind. Mit meinem Code. Danke. Wie zur Hölle ist Lynkas ein halbes Level down. Mit Even CS. Emma Comeback ja im September und im November. Im Oktober nicht.
Gain them anything, whereas Vitality got the objective. Now they have Rift Herald for a pressure point on the map if they want to, as this third dragon that Vitality have been stacking is about to spawn, and you've just crested the rapid fire cannon for Karzi as well. This Jhin is huge. You've got 2 items now for Linces as well, because he went for that early belt as well.
Oh, he did prototype some harness.
So,
wieso nicht Oktober? Die machen normalerweise nicht. Bombe. GG.
Opening up, watch it again. There's 3, 24 stacks on the Hubris. That's why this build is goated.
Ey, er ist nicht mit PD gegangen, er ist Rapid Fire gegangen. Normalerweise Emma macht nicht durchgehend lange Kampagnen. Die mögen halt sehr gerne Neukunden, ne? Dementsprechend machen die immer, wow. Hops. Die machen sehr gerne einfach immer wieder Kampagnen, aber nicht am Stück halt. Finde ich auch besser als PD auf Jhin. Die Sache, es hat irgendjemand... Fuck, wer hat das geschrieben? Das war hier im Chat, dass irgendwie die Stats... War das Panda? Ich glaube, es war Panda, oder? Slash User Panda West. Ich meine, der hat das geschrieben gehabt. Paris going to face check. Cosmic Binding gets the stun, but Flushy has no support here for now, but he's taking it on his own. He's got the stun out. Ah ja, das war's. PD gibt umgerechnet 20 AD, 10% Movespeed und 25% Crit für 2056 Gold bei Jhin. Also ja, ist nicht so nice. Du, ich kann dir nicht sagen, also, guck mal, die Sache ist, wir sind wieder gefühlt überall in einer First-Pick-Rice-Meta und ich kann das nicht nachvollziehen. Weil ich finde, Anivia ist halt in so vielen Situationen, also Anivia, Syndra, Cassio, right, mal just off the top of my head, so als Antworten finde ich immer noch so stark. Vor allem halt, eine Anivia kann halt gegen so viele Melee- oder Lower-Range komplett von hinein. Also für mich ist es unerklärlich. Ich könnte es dir nicht sagen. Ja, Rice, ich weiß es nicht. Ich hab keine Ahnung, wieso Rice auf einmal wieder Prio ist. Ich verstehe es nicht. Also ich weiß es nicht. Nichts wurde geändert. Es ergibt keinen Sinn eigentlich. Aber du hast halt jetzt oft eine Situation, in der Cassio Permaban ist. Und dann hast du halt Cassio Syndra ist noch oftmals offen, aber auch eine Orianna ist Permaban. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wieso die Prio auf einmal wieder so hochgestiegen ist. Ergibt für mich keinen Sinn. Gute Frage, dann noch später, ja. Machen wir mal. Also für mich ergibt es keinen Sinn. Warum Azir beispielsweise noch nicht so viel gespielt wird, das ergibt für mich auch keinen Sinn. Verstehe ich nicht. Ich verstehe es nicht. Dieser Champion ist 100% sehr gut. Points of attack at the same time, and I was a little nervous because Relech and Samdi had already started to shift down towards that bottom side. An ace in the hole and then the all-in from Relech could have actually turned around where Flesh was positioned on the map, like we just saw it earlier on with the Void Grub play, right? I said the Rift Herald plays. This time around though, they don't get burned for it, and they also get the ultimate out from Poby. So Vitality still getting more pressure on the map. 240 until that next dragon though is kind of where we're waiting.
Yeah. Let's play spot the difference in 80 carry items. Yeah.
Wird LeBlanc bald Pick-Ban sein? Ich habe die Buffs gesehen. Weiß nicht, ist halt immer noch sehr schwer. Azir war auch noch schlecht wegen den Bugs. Also Azir war auf jeden Fall deutlich schlechter wegen den Bugs. Dann nach dem Bugfix war er schon decent und dann wurde halt nochmal gebufft. Er muss gut sein. Mit diesem PTA-Item-Bild. Er muss gut sein. Ja, bei LeBlanc bin ich mir nicht sicher, weil LeBlanc ist dann Execution, weiße Midgame halt immer noch deutlich schwieriger, als es ein Standard-Control-Match wäre.
what turned to be fun sparring has now turned into like Mike Tyson versus that amateur boxer.
Into NAVI trying to make a play towards Fiesta in this bottom side. Poby moving down, but the ward is there. Fiesta has the backup, but Linces here.
Will be stunned up on that ward. You said it.
Well played.
Drag up. The turret will go down, but what is going to be the cost? Poby flashes away. He gets tagged out.
Oh, scheiße.
Now the play continues. TP going to be burned out. Voltbreaker going to get an interruption as Linces gets a half HP. He gets another.
Egal, trotzdem am Playable. Right?
So not too bad here from the solo laners. The NAVI getting the shutdown, but Mainta going to be the trade. Shutdown gold is good, but Hubris stack.
Oh, und Jin bekommt weiter Stacks 33.
Nako to get another kill.
Auf dem Hubris.
33 is the count for Kazi, who got assists on both. NAVI trying to turn this into a mid play, but Fiesta holds the TP.
The teleport immediately to cover that play, make sure that NAVI couldn't find anything off the back end of it. Fair dues to Mainter to get one back on that play. But yeah, NAVI, they try to find that moment where they can maybe overload in the side lane, but Vitality respond well.
This is a big push from Nako. He might be caught out. Relech thinking about the ulti, but a face check there. Fleshy covering cover as well, and Paris is left here without Wes. He's got flash available. He's slowed down with Electro Harpoon, but Kazi 1, 2. Someone blocked for him. He's trying to get around it. Fourth into Relech. Damage absorbed well. Kazi, if he hits Paris, another stack, but more importantly, assassination. Running into Nako is not what you want to do.
In der LPL hatten wir das erste Mal gesehen im Pro-Play, oder? Hatten wir was gesehen, Entschuldigung?
He's overheating the charge in. When is it coming? Relech at half HP. Magical Journey.
Was eigentlich gestern mit Spannung passiert? Sind einfach schlechter. So. Wer soll hier gewinnen für Fnatic oder egal? Vitality Win wäre besser. Ich denke, das Rennen geht eher mit Navi. Bei Vitality bin ich mir sehr sicher, dass sie... Hubris Jin, ja, haben wir jetzt mal mit der LPL gehabt. Genau. Habe ich auch das erste Mal gesehen. Rennen ist eher mit Navi. Ich denke, Vitality ist für mich basically locked in Playoffs.
Not quite able to make it work. Now full Zonya is completed, plus a little bit more for Nako. He's incredibly strong. Navi, what the hell do you do? Like, the wave isn't in a position to cross map. You have no real vision on the map.
Cleanes Game nach 24 Minuten Zoll. Sehr gut.
Everywhere you step. And, I think
ja, Giant X, Navi, MCoy, die drei.
Where Navi are positioned in the league and where Vitality are.
Yeah, at first it did look competitive, and then suddenly there was one fight. Paris, he finds Fleshy, but Magical Journey every time. Relech can't get a cease and desist. This Bard disengage is so annoying for Navi to control.
And Navi just immediately shifted all 5 members to the top side to try and defend against Vitality, which means there's nobody on the bottom side. And Linces waiting to see if he can catch out Navi in transition.
He does so. They do see him though, for what it's worth. Navi will take the safe route to defend that inner turret, but there's only a matter of time as Poby's working on top, but inner turret and mid lane as well. Tempered Fate only gets the Caitlyn. Here they come. Deadly Forest down, flushed away by Sam D. It's good defense. He gets out. It's better than you can say for a lot of the other players, so Vitality have to retreat.
Vitality will spot the Poby's going to reset, but if you think...
Protoplasm Harness, Report. Warum nicht Deathstance?
Do it relatively quickly. Not going to be the case though.
Deathstance besser. Vor allem Protoplasm ist genervt. Ist komplett reported. Ist es ein fertiges LDA? Nein.
Only just finished his Infinity Edge.
Die extra Leben auf Jarvan.
Sure, he's gonna have a little bit more as he goes to this reset.
Wäre das Item nicht genervt, wäre das ein anderes Ding. Aber es ist genervt und deswegen ist er reported.
They're gonna start by finding Kazi somehow, some way.
That was very southern drawl for a second.
God. I don't know. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling Vitality today. Feels very.
Oh, hang on, Fiesta might be caught out.
Yeah, he might indeed. Crystallized down. How much time can he buy? He's got the egg. Realm Warp in as well. Everyone from now on. 5 members. Vitality looking for an angle, but Fiesta's dead first. Now there's no Elder. It's only Baron. They're on the other side of the map right now, but Navi still finds something. Vitality feel that strong that they can still fight, but again, it is something. Fiesta goes down, and Navi feeling like they can play the game. Mainta tries to ulti on the way through Magical Journey. Now 5 members getting chased down. Kazi looking to get in first. Nako for the slow flag and drag. Kazi damage onto Mainta. Ain't too much. And he doesn't have the hubris stacks yet. Needs to get a kill and open that up, but
it's a nice pick by Navi.
It is.
Like, Vitality don't really have anything that they can try to trade with here, so I don't, like, it's not going to nest too much, just...
Oh, Dog.
No. Poby's caught out. Flag and drag. There's a lot of damage from Linces. Poby doesn't have flash available. He's going to stand his ground, and so he should. Fleshy baits him in and survives. That's a 1-for-1 long term, but guess who has a TP and Baron to be started?
Wie kann der Kate mit Karma 4K Gold blind sein? Well. Navi hat sich für Toplane Crossmaps entschieden. Oder für Toplane Plays entschieden. Und dann die Crossmaps von Vitality waren auf Botlane. Und die Botlane Plays haben gut funktioniert. Ist, glaube ich, die ehrliche Antwort. Also zwei unterschiedliche Ideen.
And just when Vitality look like they're getting a little bit of weak around the sides, they come back with that.
Mentor just trying to send something for Navi to get that tower on the bottom side, but Vitality say, that looks like fun. How about we take mid and top? And maybe an inhibitor turret as well here.
And now Paris, he just has to come back in and watch this go down. Maybe get some range poke. What can he do? Linces takes nothing. And Baron up minions getting to the last plating here as Poby. He's going to be deadly flourish, moves into range. Good damage from Kazi. Relech found out with his flank as well. That's going to be a TP, but will there be a jungler in?
Eigentlich smart von Kazi, sich so zu positionieren. Du scheiß Penner, ich sage noch, eigentlich ganz geil von ihm, nicht in diese Choke reinzulaufen. Und er läuft da direkt 2 Sekunden später in die Choke rein. Ahnst es nicht.
Linces is going to see the chase there, though.
Wirklich.
Deadly flourish, and Hubris now activated. Poby sends it in with the Realm Mob on top of Fiesta, who doesn't have the egg.
Fiesta.
I think he'll die eventually, right? But
3 Sekunden auf Bart Ulti.
Poby running away from them. Equalize it down, slowing down Poby. Runs for his life. He's been burned down to a trickle with no HP left remaining. Tempered Fate catches him again. Fletchy on the Bard, looking brilliant while Poby slowly burns down to a crisp. This game, as entertaining as it is still going Vitality.
Schaut Fiesta an.
Vitality refuse to let up on the pace.
So tief in seinem Stuhl drin.
Keeping the foot down. And Navi, like, Vitality literally shut the door in Navi's face. They try to make this pick on towards the Jhin, but this magical journey times out right as Karzi gets to its safety. As you can see, Fleshy works through. There's the setup, but as you get the flash, Karzi goes through. Actually, a little bit longer, it stuck around, but they don't want to try and take it because they know that the Vitality are going to just immediately turn it around. Maybe Paris?
Yeah, he is caught and he is going to die. He's got flash, he's slowed. Linces is trying to get it out of him. Flag and drag, there's the dome up in 5. Linces doesn't need to push it. Paris does flash. So Vitality, here comes the next part of their siege with Baron up for another 45 seconds. It's already worked quite a bit of gold for them. Inner turret on the bot side is also going to fall, and all that is left is inhibitor turrets through the map.
And Elder Dragon going to be up just after this Baron buff falls, so Vitality kind of a very clear game plan. Get as much gold as possible on this next push, reset, and go immediately towards that next objective.
Hunker can take up the traps. You see Sam D's damage is not enough, even with 3 items. Vitality open up and let the cannons do the walking. Here comes Fiesta as well, the person that's been the target from over the wall, the zone coming out. Storm down. Vitality just teasing them, they're taunting them. Come in, I dare you.
One cannon gone. Now a second one has just spawned.
No, another wave, a magical journey as well. Here's Navi's defense. Look, long road for Relech, spotted by 1, 2, 3 wards.
I don't know about this.
There's a lot of traps there. Linces trying to get on out. Mainter looking for an angle. Over a trap is Linces. And a Vault Breaker through. Relech was trying to set it up, but it can't be found. Curtain Call now.
Curtain Call ist useless. Ja, der Jhin hat, glaube ich, 50 Stacks auf dem Ding, oder? Ich glaube, es waren 40, 50 Stacks auf dem Mobus. Also ein Proc hier knallt normal. Oh. Linkas hat natürlich noch Jay. Wow, der lebt. Wow, er lebt. GG. 40. 42 jetzt. Okay.
And a goated game. LEC delivers for game 1 of NAVI versus Vitality. An absolute storm, barn burner brawl that Vitality live and breathe on the daily.
GG.
6.7k gold lead for
6-7.
Vitality stomp.
6-7.
Game number 1.
Give us more of that. That was entertaining League of Legends.
Gut. Jetzt den BLG-Vlog fertig schauen. So. Ein Interview? Ne, nichts. Okay.
通知芒特机场马上要被带走了，莫文也救不了他。我蒙铁还是太过深入，韦斯直接开车过来一个红火烤的兰博，这波 AoE 拉得很满，阿紫群大招过去，先斩掉一个，BOT也被众人所围堵。
他来比较硬，他也能 똑같이 내가 연습 때 걱정했던 거랑 똑같이 못 하고 있어. 그러면 봐봐, 이 한 턴에 하는 게 아니고 잘 봐봐. 만약에 여기서 와드가 없어 이렇게, 그러면 지금인 거야. 봐봐 안배사 여기 보이지? 그럼 우리는 뭘 해야 되냐면 상대방이 안배사 너 사이드 쳐먹을 거면 바로 날아간다는 압박을 줘야 돼 우리는. 얘들아 이거 내가 이거 스크린 때도 말했잖아. 자 이렇게.
拿到了皇子，那可能更多的要在节奏方面，还是希望勋能够。
Oh, die haben die komplett überrannt, ne?
皇子甚至要一框3了。
Ja.
一框3太痛苦了 ，WE 狐狸被快速的融化，双 C 都没了。哇，这个越塔越得也太轻松了。皇子随时准备穿 EQ 再接 EQ 闪，再接上大招天崩地裂，字如其名。皇子是看下巴达巴克再接上一个狂野生长，全是击飞，全是控制。君阳呢也斩获生杀。
了解，可以2-0结束这场比赛了。
Was letzte Game? Was passiert jetzt hier noch 5 Minuten? Oder haben die noch eins letzte Woche? Nee. Oder?
여기서부터 이제 네가 유해타를 당할지 말지 여기서부터 네가 고르는 건데. 뭐 쇼타를治疗哇，你没进，可是你没有进啊，闪现 A 还可以，对。 그래서他没治疗我希望应该你用上。他跟我一起用的，我用来躲他先用嘛，啥先用的？就说我去肉跟他治疗好。这又 Q 空了呀！我在博弈。对呀，我说，哎，米六怎么不给治疗？哎，米六治疗呢？他往后对原来就会追他，他会把米六害死。
我们眼在，他不会追。我本来想换，怎么可能继续想换？
你应该会一直追他。
肯定不会呀，他往后走了就不会追了，就等媚眼杀完他再回来。他一开始要走，对啊，他先等媚眼杀一眼，还有就那种闪现才杀他的距离。干嘛来着？ 那太恐怖了！我给你啊！
第一次走进基地，其实就是看到那个基地里面那个很大一只那个大鼠，然后我当时就想跟那个东西合影。
那你知道那个大鼠是啥吗？
我知道，我老是用它的表情包，但我不知道是谁的。最早到训练室，第一个见到的是波哥吧，然后就跟他 say 了个 hello， 他也跟我就 hello 这样。来之前的话，其实就跟Web3还有卓定都挺熟的嘛，就之前也认识，然后就对勋跟那个欧文的印象就是还没接触过，来了以后发现大家都挺好相处的，他们都挺搞笑的。 就感觉野辅话都很多嘛，然后很搞笑，就挺好的。我挺喜欢这样大家话多的。我觉得他们性格也是那种，刚开始可能比较拘谨嘛，不认识的话就还得稍微熟悉一点。但是应该认识久了以后就会互相开很多玩笑那种，应该也是这种类型。第一场比赛，肯定也是这么久没打嘛。 也算是一段时间没打，肯定也是想打好比赛为主，还是有一点压力吧。不过更多的是，其实游戏外没什么压力，主要是游戏里想要做好。我是觉得就这个压力，其实在你那个到比赛的时候，或者说你游戏一开的时候，就已经忽略掉了。就你更多的就是
T-Shirt so schön, ich schwöre.
在开始
Sowas gibt halt wieder nicht, ne?
觉得
Den Merch von denen hier.
可能内心里想要打好这样，但是你进游戏的时候就会想着怎么样专注在那一把游戏里。其实第一场对阵京东失利了，也没有说压力会更大，因为当时对我来说，更多的是要准备好隔天的打 TT 的比赛。
Ich bin jetzt auch zurück, das ist nur so eine Game, also ist schon das zweite. Und wir gehen mal davon aus, dass er jetzt weiterhin spielen wird, ja.
要想办法赢下来就好。
Wir werden sehen, aber ich gehe stark
赛
davon
程
aus,
的
ja.
问题，
Außer er feedet halt komplett durchgehend rein.
要调整这方面，更多的是我自己去看那些很多人玩游戏的录像吧，就我这方面。然后Danny 教练也会挑很多那种比较关键的游戏时间点，然后告诉我应该怎么做吧。有这一点对我帮助很大吧，所以我也在尽量改正我以前不好的习惯。这3场 BO3打下来，感觉就是能够明显的感觉到一场打得比一场好一点吧，就是我有在尽快的融入到标记这个体系里面。印象深倒没有，但是其实是每一把比赛我有做的不好的点，那个我会印象比较深，因为那种点丹尼都会把我拉过去复盘，然后我才知道哦，虽然我赢了比赛，但是这里我这样做的话，这个游戏可能会更早的结束，或者说给到对面更大的进攻压力这种，然后我会觉得这是对我一个很好的提升，所以我就更多的是记住这方面的东西。
Wie immer cool. So, kurz auf Toilette. Gehen wir rein in Game 2. Hat uns ja letzten Tag. Sehr gut.
A new champion. Welcome to my shop. You'll need the right build. Choose wisely, because every upgrade brings you closer to the next level. So tell me, how will you level up?
Want to find your fastest server every time? Express like a pro and optimize your connection in one tap. Express in game without ISP throttling. Express and shield yourself from DDoS attacks. Express and choose the VPN trusted by gamers everywhere. Express VPN. Experience gaming the Express way. Fast, stable, competitive. Outplay the world. It's time to Express. Unlock free Hextech rewards, exclusive skins, and more. Scan to subscribe.
The whole room was howling. Howling? Oh. That's not howling, buddy. That's...
Did you steal the LEC trophy? Okay, you can call us.
Start to think you're all alone, counting fair Nice, no flash karma, no flash. Yeah, look.
Yeah, no
Go.
Good. I can tap the karma. Nice. I look 8. No flash. I ult.
Okay, we have nothing. We have nothing.
Ah, yeah.
Get overall. Follow me. Look fine.
So.
They're hitting.
Look, I'm messing.
The hubris, bro, the hubris.
Hubris is popping, but... I'm not looking yet.
I invite. Just go by. Look by.
Rise no flash.
Okay. We go by first. Why is that?
Rise
We can end.
as well.
Yeah, we can just end.
Bam.
Yeah, the hubris. Yeah, that was a hubris Jin coming into LEC. That was a great debut. As myself and Derek Dag will take you through.
These
NAVI got. I mean, I'm not going to say steamroll. That's disingenuous to what the game was, because the game started really fun. Like Poby in the 1v1 was popping. Poby did a lot of work.
Diese orangene Wand, ne? So geil.
Navi kind of got up to maybe a semi-jogging pace before they got steamrolled, and the machine got up to them. You know?
Oh my god!
All right, you had some good plays around mid. Mainter, thanks to Poby's help, had some great plays around topside.
Yeah.
And then Navi were like, cool, job's done. And then Vitality just
So.
took over the game.
Und ich joine schon mal das
It
Zoom-Meeting.
was not finished as we get into pick and ban again. It was a lot of fun, game one. Actually, one of the funnest LEC games I think I've seen this year.
Where were you going? Did you try and join the LCK?
No,
was that what was about to come out of your
I
mouth?
mean, look, I watched a decent amount of LCK. I honestly think that game had. I mean, it was one of the most fun games I've seen in League of Legends this year. Like, it was crazy. Outside of maybe international scope of top 4, that was a lot of fun. Let's see if they can do it again as we get Nocturne ban, we get Syndra ban from Vitality. They're thinking, can we leave Orianna?
Da moved mich.
Take it ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to ban a Kali as well, but until we see that, I think Orianna probably not going to be taken. But we'll see what the plan is here for the last couple of bans. Either way, I think Vitality very happy if they can get this early jungle control again, because I think Linsys' jungle pathing was really good in the first couple of levels.
True, you were talking about it a lot while we were watching Poby and what was happening through mid. A big emphasis placed on Linsys'
This
is the final ban. As you said, Orianna may be a little bit too risky with the Akali up and available. Now this final ban is going to be something in AD carry position, or are we going to get a jungle taken away like the Pantheon? Be my biggest question. Is Vitality have first pick?
Yeah, I mean, maybe the Ezreal starts to rise up in priority with the way that this draft has gone thus far.
First pick?
Jace also.
Listen?
Sorry, Jace.
Für Linkers?
But yeah,
Linsas?
probably the pick highest up, but Cassiopea's gone, yeah. Sorry, we're in a very different setup, so trying to like look at where all of my information is.
Okay, Orianna steht da.
Computers.
There's the
Ja.
Okay, well, you did say the Akali's up and available. Will it still get locked in? Was that Pantheon that final ban? So let's go down a little bit unless we see more of that Wukong again. Remember as well, Nefiri has still been seen by people like Princess, so good pairing with the Orianna, but not going to be taken now. Instead, it is the Lucian first pick.
Ja, wir sehen wenig Milo weggepickt. Wir sehen sehr wenig Milo weggepickt, aber man könnte es natürlich noch machen. Right.
Lucian Milo, more than likely going to be the call here. So I think you can, as SamD, go for the Ezreal. I've seen Caitlyn as kind of one of the answers into it. Maybe the Ashe Seraphine, also something you can try and match for here if you really want to. Yeah, okay, so Ashe Seraphine going to be the response. So you imagine the Melio then on 2 for Vitality.
Ich habe keinen Werbedeal-Bonus bekommen und ich würde auch keinen Werbedeal annehmen. Ich habe es bei Biohair Klinik machen lassen. Das war damals noch quasi elitär, aber noch nicht offiziell elitär. Es war einfach billiger als elitär. Selbe Doktoren und so weiter. Ich glaube, inzwischen ist es Teil davon, deswegen vermute ich mal, dass es inzwischen teurer wird. Ja, ich war happy mit meinen 2 Procedures. Ja, aber wie gesagt, war nicht bezahlt oder sonstiges. Würde ich auch nicht annehmen.
Yeah, so I think you take the Meteor, right? But so the problem is if you take the Zinzao, you're very lacking in engage.
Listen, glaube ich.
Especially into like Ashe and Seraphine, that's really
Oder
hard
nicht?
for Zinzao to really find angles. So you may actually be forced to give the Zinzao across and Navi have the stronger early game through Relech. So maybe you just accept the Wukong and that's your like engage through the jungle.
Right.
And then you can still open up into, hey, Naknako can get a strong pick for himself on that or 5. Same with like, hey, Fiesta still has things like the Ari he can play, like a lot of stuff that he can bring out into the mid lane as well, and you're less stressed.
Oh, he gets slammed. That's done anyway. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Poby, how do you feel about your Akali these days?
Ja, eher am Lock überlegen statt Akali.
Okay,
Beide natürlich Optionen.
Yeah, I think Lock or Akali still fine.
Yeah.
If you're really nervous, you could go for the Galio as well, but I think you're kind of lacking in the DPS position in that one. So yeah, I think Akali's fine. Like, especially against Emilio, he can only cover so much, right?
Victor.
Oh, Victor, okay.
But still get lane, still get some kind of lane presence. And
Yeah, I mean, still has the range to try and...
Ich habe die komplett normale, ich bin als Privatperson hingegangen, ja.
Feels a little bit more, I'd say, like a Poby champion as well. He kind of likes the mages. It does mean though, like, I
Sieht man so eine Hairline schon, nur die Hairline ist noch relativ natural, no joke. Also das ist ja, du musst ja überlegen, dass die Hairline auch so theoretisch machen sein konnte. Aber ja, also du wirst es nie nicht sehen, denke ich. So, außer okay, bei Harry Kane zum Beispiel sieht es relativ natürlich aus, aber juckt ja nicht, ob man sieht oder nicht. Aber Elite ist sehr teuer. Deswegen, also das nochmal als Heads-up, ne? Wenn du es über Biohacking machst, war es die Hälfte vom Preis, die Elite verlangt hat. Also Elite ist sehr, sehr teuer. Von allem, was ich gehört habe. Musst du schauen.
I do think you require frontline for Vitality. With like Orianna and Lucian, like you really want something that can set you up. So that's where my eyes start to go towards like the Sejuani, maybe Maokai, but it does feel a bit rough with double AP. And Maokai doesn't work the best with Orianna in the early stages.
Ansätzen, ja,
Get a lot
checke.
of value from like, the shields and that kind of stuff, but could be something you lean towards. Yeah, and the Trundle Band says to me they're definitely looking at kind of the tank jungler here.
Good call.
Von allen anderen aus Elite, es ist sehr schwierig, ja, wenn du also ich bin sowieso, also ich bin am Überlegen nochmal, ne, eventuell im November, weil ich habe jetzt einmal vorne, einmal hinten, jetzt würde ich noch einmal gerne für mehr Dichte, oben quasi mehr Dichte, bin ich am Überlegen, ob ich im November nach Worlds Finale gehe. Noch nichts entschieden oder sowas, aber mit dem Gedanken spiele ich zumindest. Mal sehen.
Range, even something like a Gnar he could go for, so it's not the end of the world. Olaf obviously still up and available as well, which honestly kind of sick with Emilio and an Orianna to protect him as well. So I think you got options here on Vitality's side.
Let's see though, we mentioned it, Cassante could just get locked in here. Relech also hovering around one of his jungle picks. This is a Relech specialty.
Flex as well.
It is too.
Tut's eigentlich wieder noch darin, dass du anschwirrt? Nee, es schwirrt ja nur ein, weil diese
but I can't, like with the Victor already locked in.
so eine Salzlösung oder so eine Scheiße ist da drin. Das tut null weh.
So Navi, they're just going to take it, yeah.
Ja, sowohl Financiert als auch Minoxidil.
That control on the top
Yeah.
side and make things difficult for Naknako. So we've seen from Zeus over in the LCK, Camille work very well. Jax, Kled are also the two other options that we've seen. So I think Naknako still has a lot that he can try and play with. A Camille Orianna combo, kind of nice if you want to try and go for that as well, I will say, for Vitality. Especially if you are going to go for the Sejuani here.
Jetzt interessant, ne? Was spielt Okan hier dagegen?
Kind of all-round comp.
Hab ihn im Kopf nicht als Jack-Spieler. Hab ihn im Kopf als potenziellen Camille-Spieler hingegen.
He just wants another form to carry the ball on. And now we get top. What are you going to run into Olaf? The Zahen matchup into Olaf we've not seen.
Yeah, Zahen is not strong enough in the early game to match the Olaf.
So,
Nichts ist stark genug, um ihn zu matchen, außer Kled. Ich glaube, Kled ist der einzige Stat-Checker. Vielleicht noch Jax.
Bit of an ego, I think.
it's the Hail Mary, isn't it? What's it going to be?
Aatrox.
Aatrox in
Kann man ja Olaf Jungle spielen. Könntest du? Ich weiß nicht, ob ich so gut finden würde.
I don't think it's strong enough to beat the all-in from the Olaf, especially as like so much of Aatrox is trying to lock people down without the sweep spots of the Infernal Chains. So I think this all-in from Navi with the Olaf top lane is going to be difficult for Naknaka to keep control of. This feels a little ego. Like
Ich würde wieder bei Biohack Klinik bei meiner Kontaktperson über WhatsApp, also ja, Privatperson bin ich, aber ich habe ja die Handynummer von denen, also ja, ich würde nochmal zu denselben gehen. Männern, ja. Den Kontaktpiece geben, es ist einfach deren WhatsApp-Nummer, es ist literally deren WhatsApp-Nummer, by the way. Es ist literally die Nummer, die, warte, ich double-checke nur für dich. Nicht, dass ich lüge.
Blitz through the comp. He doesn't have to worry about a tank this game.
So.
Yeah, and he's got, you know, a nice little Seraphine ult over the top of him, and Ashar over the top of it. Yeah, this, if Navi get rolling, they really roll over Vitality. I think you're going to be heavily reliant on Vitality, especially Linz is trying to...
Das hier war die Nummer, die hat es immer noch drin. Ich weiß nicht, ob die noch funktioniert.
Ja,
warte, ich schicke sie dir privat per DM. Muss schauen, ob die noch funktioniert. Das war damals die Nummer zumindest.
Vitality, I mean, look, Game 2 drafts. Only last week, a bit of question marks. This time around, how do their options fare? It does feel like Dagda, if we do not get decent laning phases here, this game could just fall by the wayside. I see an Aatrox, I see a Lucian Milio, and I only have hope that Fiesta can hold the game down. Otherwise,
ansonsten einfach mal, ansonsten einfach legit über die Seite, die sie haben.
Game 2, 3-3 for Navi, 4-2 for Vitality. As Vitality pulled out one of the most entertaining games.
Kann sich auch in 2 Jahren viel verändert haben, ne? Vergessen. Ich war Ende 24 da. Ja, mal sehen. Also, linker Drops ist schon sehr stark.
Especially because, like, I'm trying to think at what point of the game Linces wants to press R, because my God, you're going into Zinzao and you're going into Olaf. I'm like, if the Orianna tries to ult on top of that combo, which is kind of your like traditional combo, I don't think you win that afterwards. I think it's an immediate W and try to run away as quickly.
Definitiv Interview.
Well, I think that Naviri is going to be entertaining anyway, because especially we talked about it, the jungle statistics, or at least how Linces plays his jungle, was our topic of conversation in Game 1. Fiesta
Wir gingen erst Chaos 2-0 für Heretics.
After Game 1 was very Poby favored in the lane. He's playing Victor, a lane dominated champion.
Warum 2-0 damit du Schnitter gucken kannst, wäre auf jeden Fall sehr nice, ja. Würde sehr helfen. In Team B mit Arvindir, also mit Donner, dem Coach von Vitality.
So Linces moving down to match the clear.
Lohnt sich SK zu schauen? War schon traurig. Kannst du schauen, musst du auf jeden Fall nicht.
So Linces trying to very quickly get through his own camps. Is a little bit quicker ahead or ledge, so maybe won't be under too much pressure in the early stages, or at least in this first clear. But I do think this is where Navi can kind of play their style, which is have Paris move around with Relech, have a very strong combo in an Enchanter plus Zinzao, and hope that they can win out through that jungle support.
As per the standard of Navi. Quick reminder.
Wenigstens witzig. Eher traurig.
Want to bring that to the fruition and the forefront once again. Navi, this is what they got left on the docket. It's a Fnatic, it's a GX. That's why this series is so damn important. Sitting 3-3. 3 is not enough to get into playoffs. Even 4 is going to be a bit risk. I was going to say risky first. No, it's risky considering how the middle of the pack's going right now. As this plating goes down, just note that's what they're left with. It's a dangerous run here for Navi to get into playoffs.
Yeah, especially since they haven't been able to take a scalp off of any of the really top teams, right? It's Shifters, SK, Heretics that they've been able to beat, but coming up against Vitality in the last game hasn't filled me with much confidence.
Ja, Victor Early, den ist natürlich sehr gut.
So I think this is where we really need to start.
Olaf Alarm, ja, 100%.
Sorry, I spotted Mainter is taking the next wave under the tier 2 tower. That man is so far proxying. He's created a different world.
Ist Proxying wirklich der richtige... I mean, I guess I can Freebase so. Oh mein Gott, Lynkas, du bist so ein Griefer. Oh mein Gott, du bist so ein Griefer. Holy fuck, bist du ein Fieder. Vielleicht das jetzt ja? Naja, halt wie immer, ne? Also ich glaube nicht, dass die EU gewinnen kann. Quarters, Lucky, Draw gleich Semis. Wow, es ist so fucked für ihn.
36-19. No camps to clear for... I mean, that was gigantic.
Oh
and this is what we're saying, right? Relech, when he's on...
Geisteskranker Feed.
It looks way more confident than the Vi. Able to steal away the camps, now has this massive lead in the early jungle, and especially with something like an Ashe Seraphine. Like, think about when Ashe Seraphine really rose to prominence. It was exactly with this Zinzao, because you wanted to see them go for these invades off the guaranteed push in the bottom side and try and set up for some of this early pressure in the bottom lane. So I'm waiting to see if they can get that for themselves.
We'll come back to it after the pause, I'm sure.
Sofort anpausen.
I don't know how that came about. This is a pause has been reported to league officials. I know, because I'm seeing it. What do you mean pause? Okay, Vitality. There's obviously some kind of issue. I'm really curious, did Relech go for the invade there? Because I wasn't watching minimap. Did he go for the invade and draw blue out, or did Linces walk with blue?
I think Linces was walking with blue.
And then he lost both.
I was keeping an eye on what Mainter was up to for a second, so I didn't miss it, but...
We'll, you know what, co-streamers, you can rewind. We'll sit here and we'll wait for you to message us, okay? Deal?
Hang on.
Deal.
I can probably get there.
Oh, Dagda's my co-streamer. Go, Dagda, go. Now, Dagda's going to go back on the bar right now, and I'll tell you what he's following Linces. Linces back. Yeah, go back. Yeah. Now, what he's doing right now, looking at Linces. Linces starts to scuttle.
Yeah, so...
Oh, he didn't finish blue.
Oh, hang on a second. Was it actually that he'd...
It was 16 HP or something, right? What was HP?
Hang on, I need to change my vision 1 second.
Ja, natürlich.
Okay, I'll give you the play-by-play of the replay. Hang on. Give me
Und er hat noch irgendwas missmeldet. Ich glaube, er hat die Krabbe missmeldet und den Blue Buff nicht gelassen bekommen. So peinlich.
So what happened? So he tagged it and he thought he finished it?
So I think, yeah, he was expecting it to kind of finish up here. Maybe have another Q in a second, but yeah, the blue buff just never went down. So so Xin went to when becomes lightning the Nefiri, killed the blue buff, and got the crab as well.
I think he used Dark and Dagger. The dogs were obviously attacking blue, but then they changed aggro, Dark and Dagger onto the scuttle.
Yeah.
And then obviously Jungle Pet didn't finish it off. Very weak in this early part of the game. That's amazing.
Die waren die SK-Games.
Go rewind.
Peinlich.
You're on YouTube. Do that. You know how to do it. We're about to get back into game. I don't know what the pause was, but it looks like we are jumping back in. No, we're not. No, we're in a pause. Actually, our production crew was going to show you. Guys, you're
10
so
HP.
nice to us.
10 HP on the blue buff.
That is, yeah, the observers are just having a look now as well. You can all do it at home as well while you're waiting, but that was unreal. That was huge. There's a reported bug, apparently. There's a potential bug. They're investigating right now, so Vitality have reported a potential bug. I don't think it's to do with blue, but that's the only thing in the game I can think of right now.
No, I mean, it's so far gone at this stage.
Yeah.
Like, you have to... So one of the rules is you have to pause in the moment. So
you do, right?
At this stage, it's way too far gone. So I'm not entirely sure what it might have been, but we'll wait and see. Especially, like, for Vitality, I don't know what's going to happen from this point.
That was a huge point in the game, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you're going to see... So the dogs just stop autoing, and then it leaves it with 10 HP. And as Linces then goes to blue buff, he's a level down.
Ja, aber ist ja komplett also, Entschuldigung.
Was trying to kill Linces, or get onto Linces with, actually ends up stealing the blue buff.
Yeah.
And then he gets the crab after. So that is...
Aber im Normalfall, das Game hier ist schon over. Also da ist das Game over im Normalfall.
I assume that wasn't blue. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was just my old man eyes. But yeah, I mean, again, you're right. They have to report it in the moment. We're not going to speculate anymore. Obviously, the bottom of your screen, that's a potential bug. You know what's going on. We can update you when we understand what it is. Dagda, why'd you owe me? What happened? They're readying up, are they?
Maybe we're getting ready to go back into game. But either way, we'll wait and see. But I do think, like, for Navi, this is the best possible position for you to be in.
Yep.
Like, you are so good at trying to play through LEC as Navi. And now he has...
Der Finish mit was der Bug, wir wissen es nicht, für was gebuggt oder für was gepostet wurde. Entschuldigung.
He's going to clear both of his top camps and then move into the bottom side of the map. You have good poke and good push already on this bottom lane. So you could actually try and re-invade onto Linces, who should be a level down, start to steal away camps and put this Nefiri even further behind. Or you could even, if you get some really good trades of Samdi and Paris, look for a potential dive as well. Like, there is a ton of options here for Navi, but I think the re-invade is more than likely going to be the one that they go for and just make things incredibly uncomfortable for Linces now.
We're just getting confirmation. I am seeing ready checks being conducted. Bottom of your screen. I'll get you an update, official speak on what exactly that was. Because obviously you guys at home want to know what we've been waiting for. And as soon as I have that for you, I'll pass that information on. But if ready checks are being conducted, it looks like nothing's going to be done about it. And something has already been conveyed.
Wow, wir haben pausiert in Europa und der Reported Bug, es war kein Bug. What? Das will ich jetzt hören, was es für ein Reported Bug sein soll.
That was game breaking. To lose blue and
das will ich jetzt sofort hören.
You thought that the dogs would have like one more auto attack?
Must have been,
and
right?
that would have just
or the pet
down.
You got so many animals around blue buff. Someone just hit it.
Yeah, but the pet only does 2 ticks after you've damaged it, right?
That's
so,
right.
An einem guten Tag.
Like, if the dog had hit it, he would have got an extra tick then.
True.
But, yeah, just barely leaving it on enough.
All right, well.
Sorry, Fleshy's saying main are so serious.
Oh, we've got dialogue. Vitality are getting into their heads. Relech, tell me. Never mind, actually. Okay, Linces, why are we typing? Okay, so here is the official speak. League officials have reviewed the footage and deemed this is not a bug. I don't know what is not a bug. We're going to resume the play now. What is not a bug, ladies and gentlemen? Production, may I So it was the report that the jungle pet didn't finish off the blue buff, but as Dagda also said, and as I've been told by production, that is intended. Two auto attacks from the jungle pet. They had already concluded. And so,
also das Pet ist natürlich das größte Stück Müll. Müssen wir nicht drüber reden, aber dafür zu pausen ist halt crazy.
The blue buff was taken by LEC and it was intended. It was
So fucking insane dafür zu pausen.
Speaking as a caster now, that has caused him to lose out almost 200 gold. Linz is going to be clearing downside as we come back to
Ja, also Nefriris ist natürlich komplett fucked.
LEC is level 5. He's a full level ahead of Linz's, and the CS cap right now is a big margin.
Yeah, I think this is where it gets really dangerous now for Linz's, and we're already kind of saying Linz's needed to get an early lead in the hopes that he could be an all-in threat and have the backup from like Fiesta and Karzi to try and help, but this Neferi falling behind and not really having a tank on Vitality could really come back.
So fucking insane dafür zu pausen.
Indeed. So Linz's trailing, stun doesn't connect, all in, Karzi sniffs it out on the SAMD, gets the barrier out, Fleshy helps out, kick doesn't work out.
Interessant, dass sich Karzi dagegen Sparrow entscheidet.
With lethal tempo and a bit of damage down, that bottom lane of Vitality are chunked.
That was such a risky all-in from the Vitality bottom side, because now LEC could actually be in this bot lane to look for the potential dive. He's gonna actually...
Ja, also sehr interessant, dass er sich dagegen Sparrow entschieden hat. Interessant, respektvoll. Dumm entscheidet, aber so ist natürlich fein, beide Basen jetzt.
I'm surprised that LEC didn't try and play around this bot lane right now, even just here, trying to look for invade on the respawning camps. But Linz is already in position to pick those up.
LEC going to be spotted out at the very least, or at least by Linz's in river, where the scene of the crime happened before. Ward down and maybe even Dragon's
Upgrade might natürlich, dementsprechend Drake weg.
Look, LEC has Crescent Guard. Linz's doesn't have much. He's going to try and get behind him, but he's spotted out by Poby, who just zones him out.
Yeah, so Linz is going to have to go with his tail tucked between his legs. Should be able to get the crowd
Walk of shame
at least, which will even up some of the jungle difference. But yeah, this is Navi playing exactly their game plan, making sure they're keeping up the threat on towards Vitality. And Nak actually getting a nice wave pull there on the top side to set up a little bit of a freeze for himself. So maybe Linz can try and make something here, but yeah, Mainter going to be a little while before he gets back up to there. It's that top lane, and that wave will probably start to die before it does.
Mainter does have the boots to get there quick. I mean, Tabi as well against the Aatrox is going to feel nice. I was looking up solo queue win rates going into this as well, and surprisingly, Aatrox actually holds the edge. I mean, again, it's not a matchup I'm going to come out here and say I'm super familiar with, but Dagda at the very least, things going well for Nak as we stated, as just a bird flying to see what's going on. But Linz's was not spotted out yet. Thank you, observers. The edge of the wall wasn't a very good hawk shot by SAMD. Doesn't really give much information at all.
I mean, I think you could assume on Navi where Linz's
Probably
is.
there, yeah.
Because it's like, oh, well, we looked at the bot lane, all the camps have been cleared. We already knew that Linz's was clearing top 2 bottom because I stole his blue by accident. So you can basically assume that Linz's is going to be on the top side jungle. But I do want to see what like
Giant is so fucking cooked.
turn up the heat, because right now, sure, he's like full clearing and has a little bit of an advantage, but I want to see him turn that into.
Poby, Hound's pursuit, all in. Poby without a turret, waiting for the W flash out instead from Linz's. LEC comes in and Fiesta's a dead.
Nimmt das auch ohne
No way to stop LEC.
Hat wieder ab, ne?
Charge held, 3 Talon strike, goes
Was?
and gets the flash anyway.
Well, Audacious Charge was used to just get into the lane, so LEC didn't actually have that open available to try and close the gap. So flash for flash.
Unglaublich.
Flash burnt there. Fiesta, but still, Poby had to burn his in response. So now 3 summoner spells burnt in that last engage, and it's only LEC who holds his.
And a token next, a poke from Olaf, the most.
Ja, weiß nicht, was bei Hamilton los war, aber ich hab's so wirklich auch nicht gesehen.
Reckless swing down and
Guck, Lautern, Waldhof.
Naka walks back in, gets some healing.
Wo läuft das?
Micro trades as we look elsewhere, and we're going to speak about trades. It's going better here for the bottom lane of NAVI. SAMD is already 6, but Kazi just reached there as well. Culling now available, but Cozy Campfire, a necessity as Vitality's 2v2 is getting under threat from more than
Sekunde, ich muss
just the
ganz kurz Sky aufmachen.
Linz is going to be invaded, so this is what we're saying again. LEC is going to continue to keep up this pressure through that bottom lane and make sure that Linz starts to fall further and further behind. Linz is going to be at least be able to move back up towards this top side. Void Grubs are available, so we'll try and start those up first, probably take 1, and then take the red buff that he left available for himself on the top side.
By the way, Dagda, that blue buff, that one was intentional.
Yes,
He, you know, this time he thought, look, I'll go back, and I've got a timer on this now.
Ach du Scheiße. Was passiert da? Warum sind da Pferde auf dem Spielfeld?
He rotates to top. It's going to be moving from SAMD without arrow for now. Linz's, is he getting greedy? No, he can just
Junge, was passiert da?
The back of the wall, excuse me, and grubs are going to be taken by 2. Here is Demonic Ascension top. Maintenance still has ulti, he's just walking out. Arrow comes through, Fiesta caught out, he has no flash.
What the fuck?
Gravity Fuel going to get the stun, Chaos Storm as well. Stepping up. Bit of a
Das Game ist so
mistake
fucked,
here
oder
from
nicht?
Fiesta as Pabi gets the plating. Pabi Poby.
Yeah, Fiesta getting caught out. Navi rotating well. Sam D moving mid instead of top to match the 2v2. Actually finding that play in the mid lane. So nicely.
Haben sie da Pferde auf dem Spiel? Was ist da passiert? Also waren da ein paar Menschen unzufrieden oder was?
Vitality as well. Sam D matches Nako, which should be fine.
Ist als Risikospiel angesetzt.
No arrow.
Okay.
Nako. Always the threat of being chased, isn't it, as an Aatrox without that E. As for now, that's just the way lane's going to stay. Nako goes into Fog of War.
Paris has level 6 in top lane though. The main tier could look for the chase down. No Ghost makes it a little bit more difficult against Karzi, but you have to be careful in case one of those undertows lands. Lince is though still full clearing.
Lech is coming up. He's on a ward. Kazi Fleshy giving a bit of respect. Breath of Light is available for a stun. Nothing there as Nako looking for the all-in. Sam D steps up. He has flash available. When is he going to burn? And he
Ah, der Carry Brain.
for now. Nako is out of steam. Sam D steps on up. Nako there and walking.
Junge, der Carry Brain, so darfst du nicht sterben.
Sam D, that is egregious.
Like, Nako just stood in front of him. Like, that could not have been a more telegraphed cue.
Was that like the, oh, Nako's going to flash, so I'm not? And therefore, it's the double-edged sword of no one flashed, and he just died.
But why walk up again?
You know what, Dagda? When I have an answer for you, I'll give it to you.
All right, we'll go back into the annals of history to figure out what the hell happened at bottom lane. But still, I mean, for Vitality, sick. Nako now 300 gold in the lead. Thanks to that kill. Gonna go back up against main.
Ja, so zu sterben ist krank. Mannheimer haben Raketen geschossen und Polizei hat den Blick gestürmt. Aha.
Yeah. So, Navi can open up a little bit.
Was? Kein Flash.
For themselves. They need a bit of gold.
Bei Fiesta weiterhin.
On the map. Sam D is still up in gold, by the way, despite said whoopsie. The Dragon's up, and Relech has power. Vital take, Cyclist all picked up by Linces though. And to be fair, Linces, I mean, he is almost 30 CS down, as he probably should be after losing that blue buff in that way. He's now setting up on top of Paris. Dark and Blades are coming out.
Ja, Real spielt natürlich relativ clean bisher, also wir sehen 10 CS pro Minute. Objective-wise gut. Spike, technisch sind die immer noch stärker bei Navi. Hex-Optics fertig da. Upgraded Quest Boots bei Poby.
He's gonna try. No, he's not. Surely not. He gets poked out, he eviscerates out. Fleshy's a bit deep in this lane, but it's a mega fire kick against Sam D, so that Arrow wouldn't find a chase.
Mainter went for a reset in the top side though, so Nako at least getting the plate for himself just in the 1v1. Gonna be nice, because he may be the only saving grace in this game for Vitality. Navi already at 2 dragons. You've got full control over bot side. And Lince is just slowly falling behind because he's okay. Yeah. While he didn't like get the dragon steal, he also wasn't farming in that time either, right? There was his wolves camp up, could have gone back towards that, in towards the top side of the map, and maybe then played around Nako on this timer. But instead, you're kind of just wasting time.
And the clear is only going to pass. I mean, Relech has a Titanic Hydra, so still being very quick. As Kazi doing a bit of damage, kind of has to dart in. Essence Reaver now picked up as Linces, what an angle. Sam D up in the wave. Kazi gets a trading off as well. He's rooted down. Fleshy steps on up, mega fire kick, now down, and Linces, he's trying to wait for them to walk
might have
forward.
just saved Sam D though, because the culling would have been able to come in afterwards, and I think
Live bot lane is free, ja.
It's going to be Paris's instead, half HP. He's
Beispiel von der...
Here comes the dive. Linces
Hallo?
showing his head. Dark and Daggers down, ulti as well. It's a call to the pack.
Clean. Ulti reset into W. Ja. Clean. Clean, 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 clean. Und jetzt sofort rausrennen. Ja. Und weiter ist back. Ist jetzt, hat er keine Adaptation wegen den Standard Sky Nerfs? Ja, denke ich auch. Unter anderem.
And Fleshy gets out with his flash as well, so it is 1 for 2 in the end. But the dive puts a bit of gold back on Vitality.
Just nice job by Linces. So forgoes the Crud camp, says, nah, I don't care about farming. I need to actually make some big impactful plays. So instead of moving towards his top side, immediately moves boss. Karzi gets some good trades alongside that culling to set up for this dive. And even here, Fleshy, ultimate, great, gets the heal, allows Linces just enough time to get that W off, and Karzi barely surviving with that cozy campfire.
Good juggling of the arrow. It was that invulnerability, that call.
Muss er das mal mit der Wave? Nö, musst du nicht, aber I mean, ich glaube, da zu sterben, das ist so okay. Also, das ist natürlich Troll as fuck, aber es ist noch okay.
Still down in gold, but one kill now picked up. Linces bridging the gap just a little bit. 1.5k lead still for NAVI. And they've got double dragons in this game, Dagda, so it's not like that dive has completely ruined their game, but we're now seeing some angles of how Vitality can try speed things up again.
Yeah, I mean, Linces
Victor Top ist immer. Die spielen auf Mitte auch. Viel, oder was heißt viel, aber die spielen auf Mitte auf jeden Fall Q-Max. Auch, oder Q-Upgrade manchmal. Finde ich interessant.
And we still have Nak who'll have TP for the Rift Herald in 30 seconds. So I think this is where Vitality may try and just full send it in the hopes they can bring this game back from the brink.
LEC doesn't care about Dark and Daggers. Good spacing from Linces. 2 levels down, we already said, but it's for the defensive red buff, which I don't know how Linces is going to defend that one. Arrows up as well, so that can come from downtown. As did LEC steal it? He has a red buff. I don't know if LEC stole it off camera. No, it's still there. Red buff's still being taken.
I think it's his own, yeah.
It was his own, you're right.
But Poby's doing a good job of keeping a lead for himself over Fiesta, keeping constant pressure in this top side. And with push in mid and top now, Navi going to start up this Rift Herald. So good position here from Navi.
They hold priority first. 4 members around the Herald as it begins. Linces walking in for a bit of information. The poke not landing from NAVI. Shielding from Fleshy. LEC gets tagged out, but it won't matter too much.
Aber es passt, ne? Weil Bot dann immer noch
A work of damage.
am Chillen ist, plus Midlane kannst du töten.
And it is Herald over to NAVI. Still good enough early game. Dagda, it's just the goal. It's just the goal that's creeping up on them. Is the only thing I'd be concerned about.
Yeah, basically, so Vitality there, we're saying, hey, look, can we look for the TP?
Mein größtes Problem ist, dass dieser Lucian auf 2 Items kompletter Raid-Boss sein wird.
Hasn't actually finished his full item yet. Had enough now, as you can see, just on that full reset there. So there was a little bit of a timing window where Vitality were hoping they could teleport in before Mainter could join, but they just couldn't get good TP wards. They couldn't get the vision they need because Navi have done such a good job of securing that river area. And Navi sneak away the Rift Herald, and now are in a position to really turn up the heat. Like, first item here for Mainter and a Ghost. Like, they've also again interrupted Nako's reset.
Spotland ist am fixen, ja, okay, machen sie auch.
Fiesta today, sorry ladies and gentlemen.
Aber ein bisschen spät, ne? Toplane?
Fiesta is swapping places with Nako, holding that way for the time being. As LEC going to drop the Herald. Put a bit of pace.
2 Items fertig? Nein, noch nicht. Interessant, dass er sich dann entschieden hat zu bösen. Drake in 10 Sekunden.
All the pressure on Vitality to stop it.
Nako's chased Team Mainter through his own jungle, foregoing the entire wave that just died to the tower. Match Mainter, it feels like we're potentially playing the tier 2, but I think Navi just happy now to back away. That's 2 waves that Nako's losing to that top tower.
Is indeed, and Mainter has full information, so he's just cornering off. Nako needing to walk the longest way around to get to that said wave, and Dragon's now up. Navi have done this push and pull. And 3rd Dragon going to be contested here. See what Linces can do. Again, still 2 levels behind.
This might be the full set and hope for steal.
Also, Relish ist Level 12. Hat aber noch kein zweites Item fertig, ist aber dennoch natürlich deutlich stärker als Linces. Ja, Relish will halt engagen, right? Das ist sehr obvious. Geht der Q durch. Nako, beide Toplaner. Nee, actually, Mainter hat TP sogar. Oh mein Gott, und das ist halt huge. Das ist halt so huge. Und du bekommst den TP auch noch. Wenn Lynkas hier stirbt, ist es immer noch okay. Oh, der Olaf ist sehr europäisch auf jeden Fall.
But it is Fleshy for Dragon. It is Nako for top turret. Not a bad trade for Vitality.
Vitality will take that every day of the week. Stopping that 3rd Dragon from coming across was clutch. And especially the
ein ordentlicher Europäer hier auf dem Olaf.
Miracle. Fully convinced that Linces was about to die to Poby's damage on the corner here. But it's just not the case. So Arrow hits on the Karzi. There's the immediate cleanse. There's the Linces hopping over the wall, but I thought he'd die here. But Fleshy gives his life to make sure that Linces can survive.
Also hier eine Person zu opfern ist natürlich voll... Oh, seine Target Selection. Wo spielen die in Berlin? Ja. Ist nur der Gulag vom LEC-Studio, weil Valorant Playoffs sind.
It was a 1-for-0. W production, thank you for that.
What if they just misspelled subtle? I know, like, it's a subtle win.
It was a subtle win.
Yeah.
True. That could have been it. We've got to decode this. We're going to have to talk to production. What was the meaning behind that? Now, Nuck got solo gold. He's 400 up. He has Eclipse. He's going to feel good. I think this game is more precarious than a blue buff Scuttle Steal that early on would convey. However, Relech hasn't taken his foot off the pedal, so props to Relech.
Fiesta needs to run.
How does he get out of here, Dagda? You tell me. Audacious charge in.
By going back to base death.
Ja, dieses Titanic Hydra Instant Knock-Up-Ding ist halt schon sehr geil. Schaut Toplane.
Best form of anti-CC is death as well.
True, they can't CC you if you are dead.
That's right. What are they going to do? You're dead. 30 seconds, you don't have to be on Summoner's Rift.
I mean, nice play from Navi.
Nack ist halt sehr strong, aber Eclipse First bedeutet natürlich Squishy, also gesehen. Geht auch Shojin als zweites. Den Pferde mal sagen, ich habe den Stream geschlossen, ich weiß nicht. Geht das Spiel weiter?
The shields from Paris will keep everyone healthy.
Pferde sind noch da.
Chillig. It's like, well, there's an Ash Arrow, Seraphine ult, the full send from Relech, especially with that Titanic Hydra, it can proc his Q so quickly.
Oh, close to cancelling the back there. You're right, the full send on Baron wouldn't be super egregious, but as we look towards bot, yoink. Okay, but I am under a turret, says Nuck. There's a TP. Now you are going to have to turn into a demon and fly. How does he get out of this? 1 versus 2. Poby is the one who's arrived at the scene. The slow down, the gravity field, the flash
is good.
Goes out for now. Poby over the wall, tries to get a bit more information. And
there's the Baron, though.
You're right. It's being started by Vitality, though.
Yeah. You just saw 2 people on the bot side. The tower still goes down. Vitality, though.
Da ist wieder Hunting der Schatten.
And they've been
Navi gonna be able to push them away.
I guess Sam D pressed E, which costs no mana, and that was just the easy way to spot it.
Yeah, I like the call from Vitality though. Just like, hey, if we're seeing both solo laners in the bottom side and they've just invested their TPs, that could be the play. Like, let's see. Unfortunately though, their turn isn't that great, especially with Linces this far behind. So can't really turn onto the 3v4.
Boy.
Oh, hasse ja so Mikaels Usage, ne? Just for the fun of it benutzen, hasse ich ja. Lynkas reinulten, erster Q trifft, zweiter Q. Das war eine sehr nice Combo von Lynzers. Q1, dann ulten, dann bist du dran und der Gegner ist, wenn es kein Olaf ist, geslowt und du triffst den Q2 Connect automatisch. Geile Combo. Level 14 auf dem Sensor. Holy fuck, ey.
He's got more dogs with him, but Navi really want this top turret, the last of their outer yet to go.
Yeah, Navi were kind of waiting on a mate there, but unfortunately they just weren't there quick enough. Still should get the top tower though on this next.
Orkan fast Level 16 für den Fight.
Yeah, Navi just a little slow on the sides.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking about, I'm just waiting for a mate. He's on the curb.
Wenn sie mehr für Vitality. Stuttgart schon um 20:45.
No, I'm not. Guys, go look up while I'm waiting for a mate. What a banger. Sorry, guys, too unfocused on the game. 10 seconds till Dragon. I don't want a Reddit thread about me as Vitality. They're coming into contest, and it feels like they have to. Last time, Linces stole that Dragon. And on a whim, he's going to try and get back in again. As Vitality are like, yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, Vitality in a decent spot though. They've already got in towards River. The way they really want to try and play these fights is again look for like choke points, but Relech is just full sending before Vitality kinda in position.
This is the target. Engage there, knock up Linces.
Aha, Half HP raus. Oh mein Gott. Wegen dem Root trifft der Arrow nicht.
Arcane Gravity Field. Navi start up the Dragon regardless. Relech's going to take the lettuce from River and heal back up.
Vitality gave so much space as they tried to get mid-wave though, and now they can't really retake. Nako's in, but this is so risky.
Fiesta, ball control, Relech gets the engage. Fiesta
Seraphine ulti ins Nichts.
Everything used. Navi send it all in. Fleshy.
Oh Gott, Olaf Ulti.
Nako looks for an angle himself. Demonic Ascension, but he's right where he wants to be. The knock up the Shockwave.
Shockwave war echt useless, ne?
Poby has no mana to continue on the play. Nako with half HP gonna run out of the ulti.
Shit show. Nächste Seraphine W und die Navi kann fighten. Poby hat
Navi have an enchant.
Hat der TP? Nee, TP ist noch nicht ab. Was hat Lyncaster gerade gemacht? Ach du Scheiße. Großer Gott. Großer Gott.
In the war of attrition, it's Navi who comes out on top. Vitality were hoping the cozy campfire would keep them alive, but it turns into a forest fire in River, and Navi absolutely butchered Vitality where they stand.
Well played, Navi. They had the early game building blocks, and it's good to see that they've built a beautiful, complex structure for this game number 2.
So Vitality end up giving a ton of space to Navi, so they just immediately turn on towards Fiesta. And Fiesta wants to try and find that big ultimate, but just doesn't really end up in position to go for it. Even as Mainter runs out of the Ragnarok, it's a similar story for Nako on the side of this. The damage from the shockwave doesn't hit because Relech has the Crescent Guard running, and now Vitality, they try to turn on the post.
Dieser Teamfight war nicht gut.
He ends up flashing away, and this Seraphine value is getting so high as they're just consistently healing up throughout.
Did you see that fight? Linces has his call of the back, his ulti available. He's looking for Poby. He can't get in range. And so the Nefiri looks even more useless than the early game has been so far. And Vitality now down 6,000 plus some. We come back to live, 6.5. Navi looking to take this into a game number 3. And in such an important series, Vitality have been caught out and slowed down. Relech now.
Holy shit.
Lince is going to press his W, but how far can he survive?
Jesus.
Back as the siege continues with Baron buff at the hand of Navi.
Sieging is kind of nice for Navi here. The amount of poke that they have, plus the long-range poke coming through from Sam D is going to be very simple for them.
Arrow flies in, hits Fleshy. Poke after poke. Hitting Nako as well. Cozy Campfire will help, but he dodges away from it. Doesn't want any healing now. There's the Arcane Storm culling as well. Paris almost died. In the interim between that blade, Poby steps up and his AoE is monstrous. And even though Vitality got close to taking down Paris, it won't matter. Turret goes down regardless. Inner down. 7.5k. Linces looking for the kill. After the fact, he's got ball on top of his head. Onto Poby. Here it comes. The shot waiting for it. No, the ball was too far away. They can't get it down. An encore flies through. It's just out of range as Paris won't get the job.
Oh, wir sind so europäisch.
Will his angle going to catapult him for the rest of the play. Wind becomes lightning, setting up. Nice kick there from Fleshy. But Navi have already done the dirty work again. Linces Nako dead for 30 seconds. This base is going to die.
The base is going to be ripped to shreds here. And I think that missed combo from Vitality kind of summing up this game as Karzi falls. And they may just look for the Nexus turrets out for that.
Well, the thing you can say.
I mean, ist gut gezaubert von Relech, aber natürlich, das ist so disgusting. Dieser ganze Blue Buff plus First Crab Ding, das ist so disgusting.
And Relech will take that double steal early game to net a game number 3. Navi bringing class into the series versus Vitality. And Relech will smack Linces into the ground and show us who the boss is in this second one.
Na dann.
Both teams now with confident game victories, taking an early lead, not letting go of it. And that now brings us to a game number 3 where I don't know what way this one's going to pan out.
No, I don't, but I am here for the ride. That was enjoyable. That was fun. And standing by with the legend in the jungle is Shox.
Indeed, still a game to play, of course, for Navi, but very convincing here. I do want to ask you about the early sequence. You end up getting double crab and the blue buff. There was a pause. What happened from your perspective?
I think Linkas knew that he cannot get crab, so he wanted to cheese both crab, but blue was 10 HP, so it's really unlucky for him. With my ward, I saw the blue. Oh, I the blue, but his cam, like his jungle item, didn't finish crab as well, and I get crab as well, and I got top crab as well. I instantly said to my team, guys, I will 1v9 this game. Just just trust me. This game is already over, and it was. And kind of stomped them. It's pretty good.
That's true. You kind of stomped them. You can join your team because you have another game, of course. Congratulations, Rilek, for this one. He just said it. Yeah, he had to stomp it after that.
Isn't it is the crazy Jack Spectra that when you play jungle, if you take one camp, you win the game. But when you play normal laning phase, if you deny enemy cannon, it just doesn't matter.
To be fair, though, it was such a strong mental gap that the enemy jungler paused for 5 minutes and had to like to cope with it. You know, like that was tough. And
I mean, it was tilting. I would pause as well.
Yeah,
because
I was super tilted.
something looked wrong. You know,
it's
why
really
why did the blue buff not die?
So
you got the wolves.
Jungle Pet, das ist das größte Stück Dreck überhaupt.
Peak jungle arrogance, because at any point now, oh, he also got 60 gold from somewhere, but
that's the part I don't understand.
Yeah, where's the gold?
Game 3, allergrößtes Stück Scheiße.
Christmas miracle. It's just, but that's just peak jungle arrogance, because me as a noob, when I play jungle and I see my buff resetting or whatever camp not getting lasted by the pet, I'm like, oh, I'm just bad. I'm new to the role and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you're getting exposed to it every single day, sometimes you need to kind of take the small L to make sure that such a thing cannot happen.
But on the other side from Milesh, he did foresee it, right? He was like, okay, he did get unlucky, but I did know exactly what to do, so I did get the blue, and then I got the double crab, even though he was unlucky. You take this gift that we were talking about it, and I'm like, oh, it's not deserved, but like it is deserved, because he took that lead and he ran with it,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, he knew that the only way Linces could get the crab would be trying to like do crab and blue buff at the same time, rush it really fast, because otherwise Reledge wins the 1v1, has the prime in bot lane. And I think Reledge, we talked about it after game 1. Don't put him on Vi, don't put him on some Skarner, don't put him on any of this stupid stuff. Put him on real champions. Put him on the Pantheon, put him on the Xin Sao, put him on the Zahen. Put him on champions that can fight. And you get this.
You asked for it and you got it, right? Linces aided him a little bit. No matter what, I don't know what the perspective is here, actually. But who knows? Well, tell me about the rest of the game from Navi then, because there were moments.
Wenn das VIT das Jungle Camp behalten, ne, die müssen einfach nur das Jungle Camp fixen. Ist nicht so deep, die müssen einfach nur das Jungle Camp fixen.
He was ballooning out of control.
It's just so tough, because you do have this sort of comp where when you go Lucian Milio and you want the Nafiri to be kind of the game warping pick, where you're just following, you're just providing, you're just being a sidekick to that Nafiri. The moment it falls behind, you just don't really have a lot of avenues to play the game, because you had the Aatrox in the top lane, you had the Orianna mid.
Was broken ist, Jungle Pet ist halt einfach sehr inconsistent. Super inconsistent, wann es, also, ja.
Pull the trigger,
einfach schlecht.
give you a window back in the game. It's not, because the way this draft was being made from the side of Vitality was that the Nafiri will be the signature pick for you. The Nafiri will be the champion that is going to be carrying the game for you. And
Camera gang.
It was really fun.
So, ich brauche eine Spezi.
Really funny,
So ein Scheiße.
It's kind of like you get the camera guy incident, where it just spawns in front of you and you have no way to get it out until someone else presses the button for you. But in this game, you have no one else to press the buttons for you.
I think it was deja vu from game 1.
Yeah.
Where it's like Vitality had the steamrolling jungler and they could just play everywhere. And it felt like in this case, Navi had that. And you saw that Linces was trying to go for plays, but when you're behind on the Nafiri, you're not that scary. The assassin is not going to assassinate if you don't have the damage. And I think, as you said, Odo, the fact that their team comp had such little CC, it meant that when Linces didn't have that kill threat, then you don't have anything else to rely on.
On top of that, Lucian haters rejoice. He
Another champion I think is overhated. Lucian.
Why?
It's
because the thing is, it's just a skill diff most of the time. Like, okay, this game, not so much. This game, but okay, put any ADC this game. What does he do?
Yeah.
That's what I mean, okay? I think just people look at Lucian, he loses games, and they're like, Lucian, bad champ. But you need to look at, how does he lose the game? Is it a player difference?
It's historical trauma. That's the problem. Even if Lucian was 6-6 this split or whatever, everyone would think, oh, do you guys remember that one split when Lucian was 0-18? Well, I hate this champion. This champion is bad.
What if it was 6-7?
Then at
I
least
was thinking about making that up. I was like, no, I'm not going to.
No way.
Oh
But
my God.
the champion is super strong. It's just kind of unlucky.
What's the category? It's EU Lucian, EU Jace, right?
Yeah, that's another one.
What else is there?
Ooh, what's another bad one?
I mean, you Lee Sin right now.
EU Lee Sin, really?
For the longest time,
it was Broxa had the Lee Sin mantle, but ever since then, I feel like we haven't had that great Lee Sins.
Yeah.
It was EU top lane at some point.
EU top lane, yeah, when you were playing.
I mean, yeah, I was part of them. I was one of the guys that sucked.
Jack making excuses for the ADCs.
Jack, just why are you even talking, man? You weren't part of any conversation because you're just too bad to be in them.
Yeah, so that's why it's like the fans, you know? The fans can flame you, so I can flame you
just
too.
next game, go sit in the audience with the fans and just like shit talk everyone.
I'll go sit behind. I'll go sit behind.
You can sit behind Reledge and see how he does some magic.
Why are you flaming it? It's
because he took a jab at me!
Oh, he did. Yeah, and he won one LEC title.
That's true. But Shucks takes jabs to you too, and you don't do that.
Yeah, but it's like my brand. Cursing people, flaming people, being unprofessional overall. Who wasn't unprofessional overall is NAVI. We still have a replay apparently. Their third Drake, but...
I forgot about that one.
Is that the one that Vitality
was a very
stole?
back and forth. Vitality were like winning, and we have it behind. We're not gonna see it. Okay, we're gonna see it in the full screen here. As it starts pretty good for Vitality because they're able to kite back Navi's engage, but then I think Vitality just kind of forget that they're still losing. They're still weaker.
Yeah.
Like Poby is 0 mana and has to base and TP
It's
after
45 at this point. With this Victor being with 0 mana, it's
45, but look at the HP bars, you know? Like, Navi is kind of full HP, while Vitality are all 300, you know? This is the power of the Seraphine later on. She presses W, heals, shields, all 5 members.
Yep.
Can't play.
Can't play. So who's going to win the next game, guys?
That's actually tough. The thing is, I have to stick to my guns. Navi are not making playoffs, so then they have to lose now.
Well, I mean, you can't have a Christmas miracle twice. Christmas is only once a year. So you already cashed in on Santa Claus this game. I still think Vitality is going to win the next
You're saying they only win one because of the not bug. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it was just biblical greed from the jungle department. This guy just wanted to get everything. Like, come on, just you can't have that.
Biblical greed from the jungle department. Let's see what happens in game 3.
Push through it, 그땐 우리 아무 일도 없듯이 할 길을.
Go.
Cannot TP.
I have ult.
Okay.
You can go.
I need someone to. Oh shit.
I think.
Okay.
Go.
Let's go.
Nice, guys.
Nice.
Fight. It's good fight. Kill.
TP in 4.
Kill.
Lucian no flash.
W is 2. Go Nash after. Go Nash.
guys.
Good job.
Hit Nexus.
Good job, guys. Clean game.
Pit.
Nice.
Brother, let me try.
Wait, brother. Let us break this instead, brother.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
What is this, brother?
Perfection.
A new champion. Welcome to my shop. You'll need the right build. Choose wisely, because every upgrade brings you closer to the next level. So tell me, how will you level up?
Want to find your fastest server every time? Express like a pro and optimize your connection in one tap. Express and game without ISP throttling. Express and shield yourself from DDoS attacks. Express and choose the VPN trusted by gamers everywhere. Express VPN. Experience gaming the Express way. Fast, stable, competitive. Outplay the world. It's time to Express. Unlock free Hextech rewards, exclusive skins, and more. Scan to subscribe.
In your best man speech, you said my wife is funnier than me.
That's factually correct.
Okay.
We're in range.
It's fine, man. It's fine. Relax. I've got this. I have years and years and years of experience.
Yeah, but it's gonna last.
And there we go. Look at that. What are you so worried about?
Oh,
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Jetzt kein Loser-Interview führen wäre halt echt Togo, Mann.
Maybe a game 2 lost off blue buff, but it was definitely gamed out by Na'Vi as a whole. Relech said he would 1v9, and indeed he did, as his Xin Zhao was miles ahead of Lince's on this Nefiri. As Derrickson Dagda, we're going to take you into game 3. So far, this series has been fun. It's been a lot of cinema, and I'm really just hoping we get some crazy drafts for game 3.
Yeah, I'm curious where this is all going to go, because there's kind of been a few of those like priority picks that's like slipped through to game 2, like the Olaf, that I think is just incredibly strong at the moment. And for Mainter, he was able to make it work with Relech in that last game. But for this one, we're kind of going down the rabbit hole. Like, I still, like, the Vi's gone, the Jarvan's gone, high priority in the jungle. Ezreal, I think, still relatively high priority for the AD carry positions. But top lane really does start to take a turn once you go to these kind of game 3 series.
No, we're going to start talking about maybe the Cassante does end up getting picked. You know, we've also still got Renekton matchups. Like, you know, if we had Mbessa, we have. But regardless, Syndra, that's still going to be taken away. So those unmovable mages in the mid lane just got a little bit more movable with no range poke.
Yeah, I am wondering how we're going to try and pan this one out. Because Ryze, Anivia, Victor, Ori, like, I think the Aries, the Siluses, maybe those kind of things start to move up a little bit in priority. Talia, Annie, also other picks that you try and keep your eyes on.
Oh yeah.
Especially for Poby, I think the Annie more priority there.
It would be a cinematic if Poby went Annie again after the highlight reel we saw.
If I was Navi, I'd go for the Ezreal. With Lulu banned, there isn't really a huge amount that's there. And maybe you're nervous about, well, I was going to say the jungle being pinched, but with
so, ZDF.
And yeah, like Lee Sin's Garner, I think you're relatively happy. You guys are very strong on this path.
So.
There was like a tweet from Dragdar, like the
Ezreal post.
Well, maybe not one trick, but very, very good Ezreal player who was talking about how he got like slight hits because his WE combo is magic resist, and all the AD carries got their magic resist bumped up. But even then, he's just so self-sufficient. Great in team fights, good scaling. Like, I think he's just a very high pick on this patch.
I know also on Meta Merchants, great podcast, guys, that Aragon brought up the stats, and it was in this latest patch, win rate loss in solo queue because that Ezreal, as again, further to your point, I guess the reason is because the MR got buffed in bottom lane. Regardless, still in pro play, Ezreal, very versatile, great damage output, good range. They've sat a long time on this Skarner. That got locked in with the Rakan follow-up. Xayah is still available, but will Na'Vi decide to de-pair that bottom lane and pick it up themselves?
I don't think you get it.
Gerade antwortet Topante mag ich natürlich.
Yeah, I think you're kind of
Right, also ist auch selbe wie bei Lee Sin, dass der eben nicht genug Damage hat.
I'm trying to figure out if you can try and go for some sort of poke comp, because I think you could take the Ezreal here and still be happy. And then I was going to say you could leave things like your mid lane pick, because if you can go for Quay or maybe find something else for like Mainter in that top side that has a bit of poke, you can try and play from range, especially against like Skarner. Rakan kind of struggles a little bit against it as well, but the Xayah too would definitely. But instead, yeah, so Navi just going to try and take that away. I think you're
ich weiß nicht, warum, also diese Metashift, das muss mir Danosch nachher erklären. Ich check es nämlich nicht. Ich hab also wirklich. Ich kapier's absolut gar nicht.
We got a lot of magic damage.
Yeah, Ezreal or Corki, I'd imagine, is the plan here.
Kazi does like his Corki. And if they do not, to then match mid is what they're showing with the Akali. Okie dokie. Also could be a flex. Naknako's played this top, and this is, you know, often seen as like one of the options into some of those bruiser top lanes. Obviously not tanks. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is still a flex. I imagine it's mid, but like the Unraveled Earth does make the game a little bit harder as the Akali. Plus decent push. Not ideal, but we'll see from Vitality what the game plan is.
Fiesta has played the Zakali before amongst his other 12 played champions or whatever it is with that huge list.
Yeah, he's only repeated 2, right? Or 3 actually, I suppose now with the
Yeah, and I mean, I guess with the Fearless, it's hard, you know, not to see a new champion, but the fact is repeated in different series, the meaning, right?
Nach dem Game vorbei, also nicht bei mir jetzt daheim, aber für ein Interview, ja.
I was gonna say maybe we get a Silas here, but obviously
Akali auf 3, ja, solid Akali-Game.
Vane's gone as well, which might indicate that Navi
Mit Mercs.
want to play that Cassante after all up in the top lane.
Yeah, I mean, Nara also there, right?
Also
Which I think is probably...
Also Entschuldigung, aber dieser ZDF-Livestream, also die Qualität ist doch schon wieder eine bodenlose Frechheit.
I imagine it'll be the Nara in the top lane.
Ohne Spaß, das ist doch ein Joke, oder nicht?
Or maybe even, honestly, Vitality might take it for themselves on this next rotation. Oh, sorry, they can't for Rakan, but I think Leona, a decent option into the Rakan as well at times, especially in the lane.
So 480/720p Mix. Das ist doch immer so bei, also das ist so eine Kinderverarsche.
Now with Nargon, does it change anything here for Vitality? Do we get 80 carry and then leave that Akali flex?
So I think basically you're pairing off here where Ezreal now becomes less fancy because you can still end up with the Cassante now on the opposite side with both the Vayne and the Nargon. Because he's not the best at taking tanks and you've got an Akali.
Sure.
So I think if Mainter goes for the Cassante, I think it rounds out pretty nicely here for Navi. And then you can try and lock in the Leona and you're relatively happy. Even just the fact you can bonk the Akali as she tries to play in towards team fights is going to be pretty nice as well.
That's a good point, actually. What's it going to be?
Saya Value ist decent.
Yo.
Also Pick natürlich Turbo.
Trundle goes top. Because again, I mean, look,
Pantheon support?
Pantheon can be support, but I mean, I think we're talking about Roulette here. Like, would he really favor taking the Trundle over something like the Pantheon? Are they expecting...
Also Power spielt Support, Pantheon was und die erwarten, dass sie das Game gewinnen oder was?
Yeah.
Also was passiert, Entschuldigung, was passiert, wenn Leona Last Pick? Ah, Rakan ist raus. Oh, no, wait, das ist schon Rakan. Also... Und dann Blind Pickst du am Ende trotzdem Top-Lane. Also, was?
You've kind of got a decent draft here.
Wie bitte?
Right? Like, the Renekton can get a ton of value. The Trundle going to be able to steal away the stats the Skarner make the Skarner basically useless.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's a Varus top. Varus top, Varus mid.
Varus top.
Varus top. I mean, enjoy, buddy. Da oben, also wirklich enjoy. Dafür, dass du jetzt hier so gedraftet hast. Enjoy.
So it'll be Pantheon support.
What's happening?
So, hyper-aggressive bottom lane.
Yes.
Like, this is very strong all-in, and basically really difficult for the Rakan pre-6 to look for any sort of all-ins, because you got that immediate stun and the follow-up, which means he just gets absolutely rinsed. Great jungle matchup now for Navi. Good push in the mid. Unfortunately, now Mainter will have a miserable time against this Varus in the top lane. But I think that's going to be where Vitality kind of have to...
Ist gut, I mean, das Matchup Toplane ist unwinnable für Renekton, ja. Du wirst komplett geknallt. Du wirst komplett geknallt da oben auf Toplane. Jungle Matchup ist natürlich mit dem Channel Pick deutlich besser geworden. Das muss man sagen. Aber ich finde immer noch, dass diese Akali hatten zu frees Game, oder nicht?
That Renekton in any range matchup that can space you, and especially at level 6. When if you want to slice and dice anywhere near him to try and wave clear or get these burst trades, like your escape better be swift. You better be unpredictable because otherwise, chain of corruption, burst damage that comes through, the Varus follow-up. He's got exhaust as well. Top lane could be a massacre. Mage has done so well in the individual lane phase, but can he get through this threshold? That is Nako, the top lane king of the LEC right now. Yes, Karma's there. Yes, Broken Blade's there. But Nako continues to get solo kills.
Spieltagsanzeige beim DFB-Pokal, also ich verstehe sowieso nicht, guck mal, ich weiß, dieses Logo-Change und so weiter, habe ich schon auf Twitter mitbekommen. Ich verstehe nicht, warum überall die Farbe rausgenommen wird. Ich check's nicht. Ist ZDF nur bei mir so lange? Bei mir geht's. Warum überall bei jedem Logo und so weiter die Farbe rausgenommen wird, ich verstehe das nicht.
And that's how Vitality would stop disappointing their fans, Dagda. And it's how Navi would start impressing their new fans as they've joined the league this year. Well, end of last year, but this year was a real big head start.
So interesting to see Roulette basically, it seemed like kind of hovering around to see maybe even fake a start on the top side, but immediately shifted down towards his bottom lane to pick up the red buff. So wanted to try and match the jungle clearing from Lince's. But yeah, this Trundle, if he can show up especially post 6 against the Skarner, Linces is going to have an absolutely miserable time here. So going to see if Navi is kind of cooked now in the draft and really going to put the hurt onto Vitality, but Naknako having that ward, forcing Mainter back already.
So I can tell you, brushes are important. Watch for the vision on the top laner.
Interessant, dass Toplane niemals, also dass beispielsweise Flashy nicht Level 1 Toplane gelaufen ist, um den Ward zu placen, right?
Vision so that Naknako can't order it as level 2 hit first by Sam D in Paris, but level 2 hit first by Naknako up in this top lane on the Varus. Slowly pushing out the wave, and eventually Mainter's just going to hope for the crash in to try and receive it, get level 2 himself, and probably get some versatility with the slice and dice that it will take second.
Yeah, question mark ping going down on the Raptors, but now we'll just spot out that Linces has started that up. So at the moment, Navi already kind of matching that early clear. You should have this push for Poby in just a moment as well, which then should at least lean into, hey, we can try and go for Crab, but with the amount of control that Naknako has, it may be very difficult for Navi to really contest this topside Crab.
Step up. He wants to step up to the range minions. This is the problem. We all hate range tops. Every top laner who does not play Vayne or Varus, we all hate it, don't we? Unraveled Earth down. Meanwhile, maybe we're going to hate Moby pick. No, Shuriken Flip doesn't connect. I was going to say, hate on the Talia here as any Akali mains watching, but Fiesta did a pretty good job clearing the wave, getting the hell out of there.
Moby really wants to interrupt this reset, actually does, so now should be able to lean over towards River after pushing in this wave to contest for the Scuttle Crab. Naknako hasn't moved from top yet with Linces, but there's the TP from the Akali.
Aha, die Rolls sind also reversed bei diesem Game für die Krabbe. Und das ist wichtig, ne, dass er halt auf Toplane die Krabbe bekommt, dass du eben die Toplane-Kontrolle hast, dementsprechend Naknako genau so das Matchup weiterspielen kann, wie er muss, nämlich hyperaggressiv. Hyper aggressiv.
Very careful that he doesn't take a bad trade, especially with Linces on this top side, but with the reset already coming through for the Skarner, and no real push for Naknako quite yet. Looks like he should be safe, but yeah, Fiesta just spotting out.
Did you see this time, Rilech, the blue buff steal, came in again, but it wasn't just, oh, I found Lince's blue buff. It was like, oh, I found it, you know, in the end. Did he steal his blue buff? He didn't. I'm done,
no.
guys. I'm done. Sorry, I'm still living in the past of this game. The blue buff actually went to Lince's, my meaning. It's amazing.
Wenn der Rank nach dem Rankommt, steht, war auch immer auf gar keinen Fall. Exhaust plus ab Level 6 macht der Varus viel zu viel Damage.
Though Mainter, he can jump in with E, get some Q trading in the minion wave, heal up. Here comes Rilech, pillar out,
Guter Flash.
Naknako.
Matchup ist nicht playable für den Renekton, weil die Sache ist, Naknako kann auch hier kann er easy Tabis rushen, es ist nicht playable.
So invest in a huge amount to try and make that play happen. So he's going to have to take the long walk back down towards this bottom side, and it will desync him from Linces. So maybe there's a world here where Linces tries to make a play towards Mainter to burn the flash in return and make things a little bit easier for Naknako.
Went ahead and with a pot in hand as well, so that damage from Mainter is going to be negated.
Ist das scheiße.
On the wave right now, just holding it.
But I think it should start to push out as this. Actually, no, it looks like it's still frozen. So very quickly Mainter moving up, because especially with Paris out on the map.
Junge.
That wave, and you can see Lince is already moving up there just to make sure that this frozen wave can be crashed by Naknako.
Eventually, it's going to be pushed in. Rilech coming up as well. There's a beeline from Paris too. He'll just walk up to defend. They know there's a play happening. Lince is spotted out there, but at the very least, he covers the position. Q going to push the wave, and Mainter's going to deal with the rest.
He can hold it though, again. So actually, this is off of that initial flash burn.
Ja, da sind jetzt die Tabis fertig. Jetzt ist Toplane natürlich noch unspielbarer. Exhaust immer noch ab.
So he's sticking around. And we've got both junglers actually going to be up in this top side. Linces did clear out his own Krugs. Now moving back up to help protect this crash, but it's actually helping out Mainter quite a bit with the CS.
It is. The fact he's within margin. That's what you want to be as a Renekton. Is Rilech coming to cover for the Scuttle Spirit.
Stark.
Interrupted. The flick back doesn't work out as well. Paris is caught out. The all-in, the execution from Fiesta.
Geiler Cancel.
He sent skyward. A 1-for-1 so far as Flash deep.
Wie bitte?
Fiesta might take down Paris, but a double goes over to Rilech. The seismic shove is going to flip him back. The Scorpion can't escape now. Rilech slowed.
Wie bitte?
Flash out. Vitality, bit of it.
Hat Fiesta gefeedet?
as LEC cleans up.
The Aegis of Salt doing so much work, but flash forward.
Kein Flash auf ihm. Oh. Oh, Okan. Oh, Okan.
The flash pill is beautiful. Mainta gets a kill, and the Varus top is dead.
Fleshy even TPing up to try and save the play, but Navi taking a massive lead off the back of that play.
Naka tried to send the ulti, hoping that he would step back, but Mainta just stuck on his head. And gold right now looking beautiful for Navi in the early game yet again. 700 lead as Paris gets knocked up, but Fiesta can't do anything about it.
Ja, ist im Interview Arvindir, also Danish.
Still, most of that wave was saved for Poby. It wasn't quite able to keep on towards the cannon, but Paris still holding it. And I think that's kind of where a lot of the focus has been. I think Paris has looked his best when he's on playmakers and when he's able to roam around the map. Already moving on the Pantheon towards the top side, froze the wave. Now it's making the play, but Paris is in bot lane.
Ulti going to come out, feathers are there. They just pull out the ulti from Sam D, nothing more.
Yeah, so Sam D forced to burn it. But again, I think Paris has been getting so much value on the map, it's worth it. He managed to get the early freeze and then the team fight, and now Poby is roaming top once again, or at least keeping pressure on the Varus so he can't really farm as effectively.
Paris is bringing a bit of attention in. Vitality have this warded as the movement comes down. And LEC has a very steady game ahead of him as Trinity Force going to be built sooner than you'd think. Pretty much all the components have been built up already. As Fiesta clears this ward, now dagged up. And we've got Grubs up in 5 seconds.
Ich glaube, ein Shit, dass 0-9 opfert sich für morgen. Nein, für sich morgen nicht offen.
Actually each on that pit. LEC is crossing over though. He makes his intentions pretty clear right now that he wants to go for Grubs. Fiesta's just like, okay. Do it.
Mentor's still opening mid though. So basically saying, hey look, as long as no one is showing on that bot wave, I don't have to be there either.
Right, all in. Knockup from Fleshy. It's a flash commit as well. Public execution, or rather, a perfect one on top of Relay.
Stark.
Flies through it. Knucker gets the kill. Now one more to die. Lenses will take down Paris. Set up from Fleshy. Beautiful. And Vitality will take 2.
Flashy play there. Immediately jumping on towards the rest of Navi and absolutely turning the fight for Vitality. We'll see it here as we get into it. Realizing, hang on a second, they've grouped up way too quick.
Ja, keine Ahnung, warum die reingehen. Also, rein zu Face-Checken gegen die Comp ist halt schon sehr fatal, nicht? Ultra fatal. Und ja, was machst du gegen die Akali? Die hat noch, also ich glaube, es wird noch unangenehmer, wenn die Mercs hat.
Grasping back some of the gold that was let down by that earlier top play. Knucker now to 1 versus 2. And 80 carries are finally going to meet in a proper way. As Grub's already down, but they're just going to stay for the lane swap. While it is Mainta getting some time alone up against Kazi's Ezreal.
Yeah, I think this is always the benefit of having the double AD carries, that it doesn't matter too much whether the rotation comes through or not. You're still going to be able to catch the majority of the waves. And again, Vitality, very big win around that fight to try and even out.
Ja, Hardziel auf Skana nach den Protoplasm-Nerfs wieder relativ normal, würde ich sagen.
What Naka was able to achieve on the top side. There was actually a small gold lead for Mainter before that play kicked off. But now, gold lead for Nako. You've got some much needed assists for Karzi as well, so he can be a little bit more accelerated.
War die erste Series, honestly, ziemlich enttäuschend.
As Vitality start to move over.
Also, das ist gerade einfach nicht gut.
Lenses in first. Vitality hold all of bot. LEC covering that. I mean, weak side of the map is Knucker right now. He does have his flash back up and available with ulti. But LEC has decided instead of trying to make a top play, he will try and match bot. As Vitality looks to be starting this dragon off with LEC on first.
Yeah, LEC just going to clear his Krugs, as that's where his camps are starting to respawn. So should just be Dragon. Vitality fall back and start to clear up towards the top side.
Knucker, weak side of the map, might have to flash again. He stands his ground. Seismic Shove going to miss here, but TP responds to make a 2v2. Chains of Corruption onto Mainta. He's in a lot of trouble. The orders are coming down while Fiesta.
GG.
On top of Poby doesn't have the unraveled earth.
Ja, game is over.
The execution again. Fiesta finds the other. Vitality solo lane has beat it out as Navi now trying to make a play in response on the bottom side of the map will be unsuccessful. But Fiesta and Knucker getting gold is good news for Vitality.
Vitality solo laners killing off their counterparts. And Navi now scrambling on the bottom lane, but here comes Linsis.
He's gonna find Ishtal's impact into a wall.
Das ist halt eine gute Combo wieder, ne? Da kam noch die Trundle drauf, aber die haben gerade keinen Damage für Linkas, glaube ich. Ja.
That wins out for LEC, but can he get out? Exhaust already down.
Fiesta.
Mystic shot there as well, and you said Fiesta's coming down. He didn't have ulti, but he wanted an angle.
Es gibt eine Welle, in der wir Top 2 werden. Lass mal Top 6 anfangen, ja?
But still,
Was mit der Wall passiert, habe ich nicht drauf geachtet. Lass mal mit Top 6 anfangen. Bitte, ja?
And NAVI instigated both of those engages, but Vitality read them well. And they've shut down so much.
Wenn wir morgen gegen Shifters verlieren, dann ist wirklich... Dann ist... Das geht doch gar nicht, Bruder. Wir haben gegen Heretics verloren in einer Art und Weise. Das ist unglaublich peinlich gewesen. Bitte. Alles ist möglich. Also ich glaube, beide Games diese Woche sind sehr winnable. Also Shifters ist für mich fast ein Must-Win. Und NAVI ist für mich auch nicht super stark als Team. So, straight up. Geil gespielt. Das Mikaels war richtig disgusting, aber geil gespielt von Okan. Alter, macht der Damage. Alter, macht der Damage. Leck mich am Arsch. Ja, hätte sie jetzt Mikaels noch ab, ne? Hätte sie jetzt noch Mikaels ab. Ah, Johnny. Der ist VfB-Pin ist da was passiert. Also auf ZDF ist noch nichts passiert. Aber ich war auch nicht so 100% aktiv, ne? Ich sehe noch immer nur... Hallo, Jene.
He got caught out. Two-shot barrage. Kazi got a kill from across the map. Fiesta now might be dying from the bottom side of the map as two members converge on flash from Paris. Seismic shove not going to connect into the shroud. The movement speed enough. Fiesta baited in too. And that's a commitment of Paris's flash to try and find the kill.
Ach du Scheiße. Boah! Oh mein Gott, was ist das für ein Tor? What? Ach du Scheiße. Was? Alter, was ist das denn für einer?
Being in position to keep Nak with the freeze in top lane, cover some of these plays, enable the plays for Vitality, and it has really been a thorn in the side of NAVI.
Nein, das ist nicht Dimirovic, das ist hier Pecinovic, der Neue aus Wolfsburg. Ach du Scheiße.
Almost able to Ruthless Predator.
But look at where the wave is again. Like now it's awkward.
Hello. Sammy.
Junge. Oh, geil.
Sam doesn't have ulti. He does a flash. Linces won't press his own. Mainta just being camped by Fleshy here as he said it. The wave is never fun for a Renekton versus Varus.
And you kind of want Varus to be up here, but what do you do? Like, you're not diving that hole.
Fiesta. Sure can flip the turret over and he gets stunned. The turret dies
Auf Wiedersehen, Pobi.
Fiesta takes Pobi down in front of the structure. He says it will not be like the LCK.
Saying that Nako may not be the best Akali on this team. Finding kills in that bottom side. Looking clean against Pobi. Fiesta. Like, I love how much this man has come alive in the last couple of weeks.
Den Send wird sein.
So War presenting itself, Paris in the middle of the river in no man's land. What's that guy doing there? Quickness going to be used. Fleshy looks for a relay while Paris is now not going to be able to...
Ja, Freunde, warum spielen wir das Spiel noch? Komm, mach zu, damit Danisch auch VfB schauen kann. Ja, mockt.
It's Nako after all.
What do you do in this game as Mainter? Your wave has been frozen away from you for the last 10 minutes. Fleshy's been living top lane.
Ja, also, ich verstehe nicht, dieser Draft, der war sehr sassy oder nicht? Super sassy. Ist er auch VfB-Fan? Ja. Was habt ihr bezahlt? Ich glaube 25 Millionen? Er hat mir out, ich glaube 25 Millionen war Ablöse. Keine Ahnung, was sein Gehalt ist.
You know, Vitality, they send it, they lose it. It is mid for jungle, but Relech dying in front of Dragon might be okay for Vitality to play it out.
Nako got terror in topside though. Should be able to fill out this wave, reset, and move to meet his team at the next Dragon if they do so wish. Rift Shroud in the back pockets of Vitality as well means that mid lane terror may not be long for the world either if Vitality have their way.
Halving.
Mit zu Hause, wir waren in der Urlaub. Und wird halt ein Radkampf gut gegen Navi. Well, zum Zeitpunkt war es, glaube ich, ganz decent mit, wait, was haben die? Hatten doch 1-2, hatten die doch Skarner Rakan gepickt. Right? I guess. Preemptive haben sie es gut eingefunden. Ich verstehe, der Flexpick von Entschuldigung, die Pick. Wow, der von Fiesta. Wow, der Typ ist mechanisch ganz schön gut. Also, dass du dann halt den Flex bekommst, Panther und Supporter mit der Trundle im Jungle bekommst, I get it, aber dann blindpickst du halt trotzdem Renekton. Und Akali gibt's dann halt noch ein CC weniger. I don't know. Ja, das Interessante aussehen muss von deinem Nako in Theorie. Theorie kommt es drauf an, was G2 macht. Hatte ich 1-4-1, 2-1, ja. In der Theorie kommt es drauf an, was G2 macht. In der Theorie kommt es auch drauf an, was ein Team wie M-Call beispielsweise macht. Alles Option. Ja, deswegen in Theorie, ne? Wir wissen gar nichts. Hat einer von euch erwartet, dass sie Dylan nach MSI kicken?
Dragon. I mean, there's nothing here, but it's around Dragon Pit. Navi again trying to fish for information.
Yeah, and now Power shows on bottom side, so Vitality going to look to try and collapse. No,
Abwehr auch schon auf Top, ja, das ist dieser On-Hit-Bild. Sehr Standard. Ach du Scheiße, was passiert da?
TP, Knucknucker might be in trouble at that as well. TP going to be burned. Hail of arrows. It's on a control ward, so it's full vision. Poby going to use the Weaver's Wall when?
I don't think you want
Ja, auch KC, Kana und so weiter.
Corruption gets off it early. Fleshy's there to cover. Seismic Shock won't connect either. Knucknucker, his damage is moot for the time being. There's a bit of blight on Poby, but the arrow will not reach.
Yeah, I think that wall actually interrupting Fleshy may have saved Poby, because that could have been a lot of damage coming down from this AP virus. Still though, Fleshy there to cover, as we've talked about before. That means that nothing comes from the solo laner's play. Fiesta gets to push in bot. More waves missed by Navi. And again, it's just Vitality constantly keeping Fleshy and Linces on offense.
ZDF so weit voraus, aber die Frage ist dann, ist es, weil ich im Stream schaue, also im ZDF-Mediathek, dass ich so weit hinter jetzt Julis Nachbar beispielsweise bin? Also ist dann einfach Fernsehen nochmal 30 Sekunden hätte oder was? Dylan ist noch unter Vertrag, also der kassiert nach sein Geld. Bei G2. Fernsehen ist halt auf Stream, aber sind das wirklich so 30 Sekunden? Das ist krank.
3.3k is Vitality's lead. This is still their game to lose right now.
Das TV1 vs. Ketin Rewatch enger. Ich hab's nicht ganz gemacht, aber Cheers so cool gewesen sein, ja. Hat schon getroffen, ja, ich hab's gerade schon gesagt. Auch ein geiles Tor. Ja, was machen sie denn gegen, guck mal, was machen sie gegen Akali, was machen sie gegen Ezreal, das ist so schwer. So schwer, das Spiel.
Basically just saying, hey, we don't have to wait for this wave for people to get back on the map. Let's just do this quick.
He's opened up mid. And with a bit of Genomite down.
Was?
What are you? Okay.
Oh, weil er immer noch charged. Lol.
Yeah, but Reletch is deep for this. Killer's a good position.
Flashy. Keine Ulti ab. War das Itembild normal? Ja. War, meine ich, auch der Itembild, den China als letztes gegangen ist.
So Vitality keeping this going. I was maybe thinking that Linces thought, hey, there could be the Paris ultimate in, and maybe I get caught underneath the tower here, especially with a pillar afterwards, plus the subjugate. I could end up in a bit of a dangerous spot. Fiesta still keeping pressure. And what do you do as Navi? He's just falling apart.
Hello there. Reletch is going to drop a ward. Fleshy is going to get interrupted. No. He would just pill it up. I think Fleshy was waiting for it. Reletch still on the chase. He's going deep for this. He's maybe a little bit angry. Killing Flat comes down. Rakan quickness. There's Poby's ult as well to kill Fleshy.
Flash doch, du Idiot.
Reletch chomps him or batters him down. They are deep for this though. Fiesta over the wall. Will Navi get out without reciprocation? Fiesta plays into 4 people and Rabbit stuns him.
Lol.
And it's a double. They went deep for it. And to be fair, there's not much counterplay.
Especially with 45 seconds until Dragon. An opportunity for Navi to get a bit of position around this objective. I mean, you will have Fiesta back up in time. But potentially, you can set up for a play around the objective, and some gold back into your hands. Not going to go astray here.
And what did Vitality get for that very deep dive? A bit of turret plating. That's it. It's fleshy. Relech was just angry at this point, I think.
Yeah, he was done with his crap. He was on getting this kill.
Flash doch einfach.
Fleshy, I think
Früher, ja, no.
immediately would have got away. But the fact that the Unraveled Earth does actually stun him for a second, and you get the flick back. And Fiesta then was hoping he'd have help in the wings, but help is far away. The darkness is full of crocs and trolls and Spartans and everything else.
How did Mainter get on this side of Summoner's Rift? Well.
Ja, wie zur Hölle ist das Krokodil da gelandet?
Yeah, he's dead. To be continued.
I think Mainter was kind of hoping that.
Nein, es wird. Das Playoff-Format ist zweiter Seed Brasilien gegen dritten Seed LCP gegen dritten Seed NA gegen dritten Seed EU. Und nur ein Team kommt raus. Also es wird dieses Format sein. Und das Problem ist, dass dieser dritte Seed in NA wahrscheinlich C9 sein wird.
Fiesta with the gunblade shoots Sandy in the face. Now Navi on the ground escapes. Paris won't be 5-point strike, but it won't.
Du meinst wohl Shopify? Also wenn es C9 schafft, sich da nicht zu Worlds qualifizieren, dann wirklich, dann fackelt den Laden ab. Der Bruder ist gut auf Akali, der ist sehr gut mechanisch auf Akali.
Vitality with a Baron buff. The poke from Varus and Ezreal is going to be a nightmare to deal with here.
Here comes Trundle, pillar out and Poby against the wall. Kazi's caught between Paris flies in, but Kazi flushes over to the wall foil. He's fleshy. For the quickness is made to Wendy, but it's not too deep.
Und da kommt jetzt das Okan dazu. Oh, die finishen einfach, oder? 3 Grabs. Ja, GG. Nice.
And suddenly, Dagda, this series is done.
This game is completely over. Vitality
just like that, 23 Minuten Game.
Ended the game.
Are you not entertained? I mean, props to Navi. Poby's ult, Paris' ult, Relech puts a pillar up. So much scaffolding to walk through, but it is like watching a kung fu movie. Vitality used it to their advantage and want the crap out of Navi. They'll move to 5 and
GG.
we will remember this series as a series.
Sehr gut, jetzt gibt mir Danisch ins Interview schnell. GG. Nice one.
I mean, they caught them for half a second, but almost immediately Vitality were saying we're having
Gehen wir hier in die Szene.
2 for Vitality. It feels very hard to not say Vitality are hitting that top 4.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, imagine seeing this team at Worlds. Like, it's a big stretch right now as we're still at the end of the regular season, but that's what they're fighting for. We've got our top 2 teams. We still question the third. Vitality will sit in that spot for a good duration of this week, if not the start of next. As they take their bow, another 2-1. This feels like against Giant X again. Game 2 draft, a little bit wonky. But Game 3, then we come back with some individual mechanics. And as you vote for your key player of the series is Kazi or Fleshy, keep in mind, that was a long series of ups and downs.
Yeah, again though, like, Naknako, incredibly strong laning phase.
Yep.
Covered by Fleshy, covered by Linces, covered by everyone. But we're going to have to toss it over to PGL, which will be covered by Shox, Linces, and Karzi. Definitely so. Holding down the fort here with Karzi and Linces, who have qualified for the playoffs. Let's go!
Wow. Yes!
Yay!
Yes, I'm so happy.
Ja, war wichtiger für Fnatic natürlich, dass hier Navi verliert.
2 matches, so hopefully we can qualify to the top 4 soon as well.
Yes, you're still going to try hard, because
Yes,
that was the question. Odo was saying maybe they won't play that well versus Fnatic.
They won't. Fnatic will probably win.
Oh, okay.
They're monsters, beasts.
Good for them.
Yes.
Linces, I want to talk to you about Game 2 and about the start of Game 2. And I don't know if we still... Do we have the clip still production? I'm sorry, I didn't ask for it earlier. I think they're going to look for it.
Time to get flame.
They're looking for it. But basically you paused, right?
Yes.
Because your pet didn't kill the blue.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you take a look, like the one wolf died, so I was calculating that I didn't see that the wolf is gonna die to the last auto, so then.
Er ist obviously report. Also, ich sage, wenn du pausst für sowas, 10.000 Euro Fine.
I didn't realize until my crack, so.
10.000 Euro Fine. Oder du musst 30 Sekunden oder eine Minute stillstehen in der Base, wenn du dafür paust und es einfach wirklich kein Bug ist. Oder du kriegst 15 Peitschenhiebe nach dem Game. Also da wirklich muss man sich drauf festlegen, aber ja.
Next game will be better.
Yeah, just FF the game instead.
Juli, danke für den 15. Danke.
And then we see, but this one, like, we can just ruin our match.
What a tilting map. Push it to OT.
One more time.
The blue, but then also the crab. I felt like it should die because he didn't auto the crab, I think. So I thought that my pet will kill it as well, but I think he lived on like also 10 HP. I'm not sure, I need to watch the replay.
But I think you got 60 gold. The Spectator, oh, I don't want to like fan the flames, but the Spectator, like we...
Kennt sich jemand mit Emulatoren aus? Herr der Ringe, das dritte Zeitalter, um genau zu sein. Wäre super fürs Wochenende in Chat.
60 gold. But yeah, it was a toughy one.
It was. And you were also a Lucian, which was tough to start.
Yeah, not the best Lucian performance.
No, but Jack Spector said it was not your fault. Any Lucian would have, like, any player in the world on Lucian in that game would have lost. Do you agree, Dan?
I mean, I think it was quite hard Lucian game. They had two bruisers that had like decent matchups and they were good in the game with Ace Seraphine. It's not the easiest to dash in and find some angles. So yeah, I mean, of course I could have played better, but of course, like the draft, of course we can flame the coaches.
Yes.
The classic.
Keep them humble, as we say.
I think they're humble enough. After
they need to be humble more.
More humble?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I just saw an interview with Neo. I think he said something about pad, like the pad.
We
He
didn't
can
see
go
it.
for it. He can go for it. He
We
can go
didn't
for
see it.
whatever. Of course, the big question is, you're getting in playoffs now. Last time the playoffs were super underwhelming, right? There was a lot of promise. There was a lot of excitement. So, what's going to be different this time, Karzi?
I mean, we have a new mid laner now.
True. It wasn't Humanoid's fault, was it?
It was. It was his fault. It was his fault, and also like, I don't actually remember. You know, like when you have this, you just remove it from the brain because it was quite traumatic.
Yeah.
So, I don't really remember what happened, but for sure it's not gonna happen this time again.
Was it
Also, wo ist Danusch?
when you didn't qualify with 9 wins?
I don't remember that.
Oh, okay,
anymore.
that one is also out. Like, I don't know.
But for sure this time, like we have better mood, good meta read, strong will, fighting.
So Marek didn't have a good mood, didn't have a good meta read, didn't have strong will.
He's
Is
just too old,
that
you
what
know.
you're saying?
He's just too old.
He's too old. Oh man, poor Marek catching strays. But anyways, yeah, it has been an adjustment for you, Linces, also with Fiesta, and we talk a lot about how the first week kind of gave us fake data because you guys had the road trip in Paris. It was a very stressful environment for him, and he was kind of hinting it, right?
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit how that relationship with Fiesta in and out of game developed over the last couple of weeks.
I mean, he was hinting it a bit for sure, but I think he improved a lot. I think he makes a lot more calls now. I think also me and Fleshy do a better job now of playing around mid, so he can like actually play and win his lane because I think he's a very good laner, and I think also he has integrated into the team very well. I think Karzi has done a lot, positive and potentially negative things to like integrate him into the team. But
Karzi?
I just try to be myself, but like way more extreme than what the public sees, you know.
Also Danusch, wie schaut's denn aus, Danusch?
you said you touch him now or something, no?
What?
In the
What are you saying, bro?
What is going on?
I don't know. This guy is just saying some random stuff. I don't know what he's talking about. Touching? No, there is no touching in the team. But I'm just trying to like be myself and show him that it doesn't have to be like so try that he's not gonna get screamed at even though he's running it down, you know, because he's like a soft guy.
Yeah.
Gestern auch offline? Ja, ich
Very
gehe nach
important,
Fußball schauen.
to show him the love.
Soft life.
Yes, yes.
I see.
And then it's way easier for him to open up to us.
I see.
And now he's more himself. Like he comes, you know, he flames Linces like jungle div.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder was telling me earlier that SK also has, he called it like a kumbaya atmosphere, meaning like everything is super chill, mistakes, it's not that big of a deal and stuff. But I feel like you've always been like that though. Is it even more now?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
for
always
me,
laughing.
I mean, laughing like on camera so people see this, you know. Then behind the doors, closed doors, I'm very angry guy.
Really? Is that true, Linces?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta be mad. Let's take a look at the playoff scenarios. So you are locked top 4 in 92% of calculated scenarios, meaning that's how many we could calculate. So it's not like super scientific, but it's definitely around 90% of scenarios. So
solid.
So you cannot
ETA 10 Minuten?
2 more series.
I mean, from my experience, I missed playoffs with bad roads, so.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. 9
Was?
9-9.
Yeah, yeah.
Bruder, wir sind seit 20 Minuten durch.
Who else do you think is going to make it into playoffs with you guys, by the way?
Fnatic, MCO.
Oh.
MK. And what's the 6th one?
Navi.
GX or Navi, yeah. I think Navi.
Why?
I mean, I was thinking GX should make it, but then I checked their schedule and they play every top 3 team besides us, I think.
Die werden ihren Ding verpassen, by the way. Die werden ihren Roadtrip verpassen. Ich bin mir fast sicher, no joke.
Your key player of the series was...
Es werden G2, KC, Vitality und...
That Lucian loss.
I mean, this is my first
Dann schauen wir mal.
player of the series in like 10 years, so gotta celebrate it tonight.
Let's go. Yeah.
No.
You gonna celebrate tonight?
Yeah, the player of the series. I haven't gotten it in quite some time.
Are you guys playing tomorrow?
No.
Well, then
Next
you
week.
can. You can go play. Perfect. Amazing. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to share with your fans?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Shox, for this beautiful
problem.
interview.
Thank you, Riot. Thank you,
Thank you,
LEC.
Riot.
Thank you.
Thank you for...
Thank you,
everyone.
Berlin.
Yeah. yeah.
Fighting.
NAVI needs to get looked at because it won't kill Blue Buff, right?
Okay, not thank you, Shox. Not thank you.
Wait, I'm trying to help you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Sorry, he doesn't speak English.
It's okay, no problem.
I
His
said I
fifth
switched
language.
to German. I said I switched to German now.
Okay, danke schön. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Push through it.
Ja, wir warten jetzt noch, weil Danusch anscheinend viel beschäftigter Mann ist.
Jumps back in, trying to escape now. Douglas ends up being the trade as Yoppa is going to find his mark. I was preemptive with that, but I knew what was going to happen as Dredgeline going to find through Sky Splitter as well.
I can mark Volibear, I can mark Volibear. Don't press, no trust. Nothing attack. Just play. I open Herald, guys, okay? Big. Syndra. Nice. Nice, good job.
He's by himself for the time being, but he's tanky enough where he can absorb the hit. Mickey flashes over, public execution going to follow. Scatter the week there as well with the Thundering Smash. Frenzied Maul, not going to do too much.
I can look humble if he gives me red. Yeah. He's too far anyway. Headshot, okay? Headshot, yeah? Nothing. Don't lose game. Okay. I can slowly move. Play this. Don't try and ult. We can throw a chase. Nice. Good. Let's go. Nice. Good hustle.
Look. Karma?
Good.
I can tap the Karma. Nice. I locate. No flash. I ult.
Carry nothing. Care overall.
Ey, VfB steht 2-0, warte mal.
The hubris, bro. The hubris.
Warte. Was habe ich gerade verpasst?
I'm looking you. RJ.
I hit Y. Just go Y. Look Y.
Is no flash.
Boah.
Look at. We go Y first.
Y is there.
Boah.
Rise one.
Yeah, we can just
Bam. Go. Cannot TP.
Also, der ist ein guter Kicker, ja?
Someone to... Oh shit.
Das ist ein guter erster Eindruck, den er mir hier hinterlässt.
Let's go.
Nice, guys. Fight. It's good fight. Kill. TP and 4. Kill.
Dauert doch gerade keine Räume frei, das ist ja geisteskrank. Ah ja, alles gut.
Yeah, he's dead. We can, no?
I killed Talia as well, I think.
G2, the perfect teammate. They take it all. Koreans just know how to blow G2 apart. Dante, he runs in there with that one. He steals it. Oh my God! Claps! Everybody, you know the story. You know the legend.
Dim. Das war im Tor, müsste Bredlo sein. Ja, warten noch auf das Interview erneut. Kann sich nur noch um Sekunden handeln. Jetzt hat auch von Schrein den Brasilianer gedrückt bekommen. Das ist so krank. Wie kann man Major into so... Aber haben die jetzt nicht eine richtige ekelhafte Shitstreak sogar? Seit Major? Überall relativ early rausgeflogen, oder nicht? Ich sehe Vitality gegen Spirit auch. Cash Map pickt alle Teams, keiner kann die, aber warum nicht? Aber weil noch nicht genug Zeit gehabt. Also vor 8 Minuten hat er geschrieben, ETA 10 Minuten. Also in 2 Minuten erwarte ich hier Danish auf meinem Screen. Das klatscht. Keine Zeit, I guess. I guess ist halt auch wieder so Burnout-Skill, ne? Gibt es noch LCS? Nein, jetzt gibt es nur noch das Interview mit Danush. LCS immer nur Samstag, Sonntag. Wenn ich mit Pausenpfiff wäre, das wäre echt ein Zufall wieder, ne? Oh, ich wurde gemoved. Perfekt. So, machen wir hier die... Hallo. So, okay, guck mal. Aha. Aha, musstest du etwa noch die erste Halbzeit vom VfB fertig schauen? Ist es, komm, erzähl.
Nee, aber Pitchy mit Stoppelpack habe ich schon gesehen.
Ja, okay, es ist, wir haben hier ein 2-0, gerade läuft eine Ecke, ne? Ganz kurzer Live-Ticker, Moment, die Ecke noch ganz kurz. Oh, auf der Linie geklärt, oh mein Gott, okay, wow, was ist 3-0? Ey, GG's. Aber das hätte ein 2-0 sein können, right? Oder? Impressions? First Impressions?
Ja, also Arno, ich glaube, was mit dem Jungler da passiert ist, bei erster Krabe war Peak unlucky, er hat es auch am Anfang nicht, also jetzt erst gepeilt, als er bei Crux war und dann gepaused und meinte, ja, deswegen war der Pause. Und,
wie, er hat nicht gecheckt, dass er seinen Blue-Buff nicht bekommen hat, oder was?
Ja. Und dann bei Crux war plötzlich so, warte mal, ich bin noch Level 3, what's happening here? Und ich habe keinen Blue-Buff.
Also, das kannst du...
Und dann, ja, ich glaube auch Draft Game 2, I don't know, keine Ahnung, wir haben uns so ein bisschen selber aus dem Olaf-Band rausgeredet, weil ich glaube, wenn der Olaf immer top geht, ist er nicht unbedingt gut für die, aber dann picken die Olaf und ist halt irgendwie doch Flex.
Ja.
Und er ist halt ziemlich scheiße gegen unsere Comp, aber fucking gut für deren Comp. Und dass sie dann Sensoren 5 bekommen, ist ziemlich gut. Aber ja, ich war eigentlich happy, wie wir Game 2 gespielt haben. Ich glaube, wir waren halt von Anfang an immer so 1K Gold behind und dann auch die Drake-Fights haben wir mit 3K Down ziemlich gut gespielt.
Ja, der eine Drake-Fight war ein bisschen komisch da, wo er dann ein bisschen overwechseln und so weiter, dass sie da dann
Ja,
nur
ja.
noch Fighter da war. Ansonsten war es okay. Ich glaube, also, ist natürlich auch schwer, das Game zu beurteilen, weil es einfach Minute 3 basically lost war.
Ja,
Also,
und es ist auch so von den Comps her, sollten wir ja eigentlich die sein, die, wenn alle Ults raus sind, besser sind.
ja, safe.
Und dann waren alle Ults raus und irgendwie waren wir so, weil Seraphine W ist stärker als wir alle zusammen. Ja.
Ich habe Meta-Fragen. Ich habe einige Meta-Fragen. Okay. Ryze First Pick. Woher kommt der wieder? Kannst du es dir erklären? Ich verstehe nicht, wieso der wieder zu First Pick Material, wenn sie nicht seine Meta geändert hat in der Mitte. Ich check's nicht. Anivia immer noch ein Champion, aber auch irgendwie wird die kaum noch gepickt, bis gar nicht mehr gefühlt.
Also ich glaube, Ryze First Pick ist wieder, weil Top Carries sind und Supports nicht mehr roamen. Das heißt also zum Beispiel, Zeus hat Camille into Olaf gespielt und ist Level 1 gestorben, aber Matt hat halt nicht, weil auf dem Bounce Ryze Top kommt und wir Top diven.
Okay.
Das ist, denke ich, die Logik. Ich würde jetzt nicht sagen, dass Navi das Team ist, das dafür equipped ist, Top zu diven.
Ja,
ja, aber ich würde sagen, deswegen kommt Ryze back und auch Winrate-wise hat Anivia, also als es so mega Meta war, Anivia into Ryze, hat Anivia plötzlich sehr aufgehört zu gewinnen gegen Ryze. Ich weiß nicht, wie derzeit die Statistiken sind, aber das war zumindest so der letzte Stand.
Ezreal Karma einfach nur, weil Roaming Supports bisschen tot plus super starke Lane-Dominanz plus Drakes einfach sehr simpel zu spielen, oder?
Ja, ich glaube, wir sind so in dem ewigen Circle of Range Supports. Am Anfang spielen wieder alle Ezreal Karma, weil sie damit Lane gewinnen. Dann realisieren Leute, dass irgendwie, wenn Kate Bart einmal punished, das snowballen kann. Und am Ende wird es mega Player Preference sein. Aber ja, ich finde, also es ist immer witzig. Korea macht manche Sachen so krass anders. Also dann gibt es Ezreal First Picks und dann gibt es plötzlich Karma First Picks und auch eine Zeit lang Lee Sin gefirst pickt. Und jetzt blinden alle wieder Jarvan und sind fein mit dem Lee Sin Matchup.
Ja, und First Pick Ryze ist wirklich so wirklich Flavor of the Week. Also, ich check's nicht. Ezreal Seraphine ist auch ein Ding wieder. Also, Seraphine finde ich allgemein sah sehr stark aus. Also, wenn du auf diese zwei Dims kommst, ich weiß nicht, ob du hast das Interview von Nukjak gesehen, wo er Jack Spectre One-on-One gehops genommen hat?
Nee.
Empfehle ich dir anzuschauen. Sehr, wirklich super lustig. Er hat quasi gesagt, so, dass die Ashe nur dafür da ist, um die Seraphine ins Game reinzubekommen. Finde ich eigentlich einen ganz geilen so Gedankenansatz.
Ja,
dass es eben wirklich so ist. Ja. Azir? Für mich underplayed. Einfach in Scrims zu langsam, wenn du jetzt einen Ryze im Gegnerteam hast, zum Beispiel, dass du dann halt einfach diese zwei Items brauchst. Und das dauert ewig.
Also ich sag mal so, basierend darauf, wie ich Fiesta als Spieler einschätze, ich bin sehr happy, wenn Azir nicht Meta wird.
Er ist sehr aggressiv, ne? Aber er ist mechanisch, seine Akali ist super, ne?
Ja, aber das Beste an dem Akali von Ivanke war so, ich würde sagen, 10 Sekunden davor war die Frage, do we know Trundle? No.
Okay, also. Scrims. Zufrieden momentan? Wie ist Disziplin? Wo sind gerade Schwachstellen noch von euch?
Also das große Problem an Scrims war, dass wir gestern nicht scrimmen konnten, weil deswegen war auch heute Gefühl so ein bisschen komisch. Wir hatten einen, ich würde schon sagen, war mein Fehler, eine klassische Triple-Book-Situation gestern.
Wie, du hast 3 Teams gebucht?
Nein. Ich dachte, ich hätte ein Team gebucht und das hatten wir nicht gebucht.
Ah, okay.
Das
also
heißt,
14 Uhr Lobby und dann war da niemand da, oder?
Genau,
Also.
13 Uhr Lobby und die G2-Spieler sind alle zu Navi in die Lobby und ich war so, warte mal.
Perfekt. ERL-Spieler macht ihr gar nicht? ERL-Teams?
Doch, musst du. Also du musst relativ viel ERL sogar scrimmen, weil es ja, dadurch, dass wir 4 Matchdays haben, es hat ja fast immer ein LEC-Team Matchday oder Off-Day oder du spielst die nächste Woche. Also wir haben letzte Woche sowohl Galleons als auch Solary gescrimmt. Ich glaube, wir scrimmen nächste Woche, ich weiß gar nicht, Solary scrimmt noch, oder? Die sind ja jetzt raus, aber die sind trotzdem EMA Masters.
Die sind bei EMA Masters, ja, als 4. Seed, ja.
Und
oder
dann
5. Seed, weiß gar nicht, wie es läuft.
Ja, und wir haben jetzt auch einen Media Day, wo wir dann einen halben Script-Tag machen, da spielen wir, glaube ich, gegen TLN Pirates oder so, ich glaube, die heißen so.
Die haben Olli rausgeknallt, oder haben die Tim rausgehauen?
Nee, die haben gegen Solary gewonnen, die sind Upper Bracket.
Ach so, aber die haben auch Olli rausgehauen zuerst, ins Lower Bracket.
Das kann sein, ja. Game 1 muss Olli gestern übrigens carryen. Grüße.
Habe ich nicht gesehen, aber ja, bestimmt. National Team. Erste Reaktion, du weißt es auch erst seit es quasi an dem Tag announced wurde, nehme ich an.
Ich weiß es, seit es official ist, ja genau. Ich habe es auch davor nicht gewusst. Ja, verständlich. Also ich habe es eigentlich schon fast erwartet. Ich konnte mir nicht vorstellen, dass sie es verlegen. Ich glaube, dafür ist einfach der Kostenumsatz das ist zu viel. Ist natürlich schade. Ich hoffe nur, dass wir uns nicht irgendwie wieder qualifizieren müssen. Ich hoffe, dass wir irgendwas davon haben, dass wir den Qualifier durchgemacht haben. Und im Endeffekt ist natürlich schade. Es wäre jetzt cool gewesen, dieses Jahr das zu haben. Aber es sollte so ein jedes zweite Jahr Ding sein.
Ach so.
Von daher,
okay.
so ich zumindest. Und von daher, wenn es jetzt vor 27, 29 wird statt 26, 28, kann man mit leben. Ich glaube, man kann es verstehen. Die politische Lage ist halt einfach, wie sie ist.
Checke. Wie ist Gulag? Hier, die Arena, wo ihr heute gespielt habt, ist für mich so das LCS-Äquivalent ein bisschen. Ist fein einfach, oder?
Es ist fein. Das Einzige, was komisch ist, ist alles, man hört sehr viel. Und, also
Spieler jetzt gegenseitig? Oder was meinst du?
Nee, wir im Coaching-Backroom. Also so halt so ein aufgestellter Raum mit offenem Dach. Also man hört halt einfach viel. Und halt, wenn man durchs Studio läuft, man hört die Valorant-Caster und Valorant-Crowd und so weiter. Das ist alles ein bisschen weird. Aber ich meine, es war unser einziges Spiel hier, glaube ich. Also für uns alles chillig.
Ihr spielt noch gegen wen?
Wir haben noch Shifters und Fnatic.
Perfekt. Okay, also einmal Win-Traden. Sehr gut, das wäre sehr wichtig. Ja, das wäre super wichtig.
Ja, müssen wir mal sehen, ob wir es irgendwie hinbekommen, dass wir Koi nicht in Playoffs machen, aber ich glaube, das schaffen wir nicht.
Ich glaube, MK, also das Problem ist ja eher, wenn die nicht, also jetzt
ich
für
glaub,
die
Koi
Liga
wird
gesehen.
Koi wird einfach Vierter wieder, ne? Und dann.
Ja, genau. Aber werden sie Vierter? Es kommt ja von der Fnatic wahrscheinlich, ne? Fnatic ist das realistische andere Team, das Vierter werden kann, nehme ich an. Also für die Liga wäre das echt richtig scheiße, wenn MK nicht Vierter wird. Weil die Roadshow wird dann, also die Roadshow ist dann halt tot.
Für den Madrid-Roadtrip, aber dann ist es halt so. Also ich meine, die Top 3 gehen ja instant danach nach Nice. Oder also nicht instant, aber also du hast ja dann wieder eine Roadshow und so weiter. Also ich glaube, es ist halt einfach nur für MKOI wahrscheinlich sowohl finanziell als auch das einfach schlecht, wenn Madrid nicht voll ist.
Ja, gut,
aber also ich meine, wir waren jetzt auch in Paris, es wird uns nicht umbringen. Also ich habe lieber MKOI nicht in den Top 4.
Chat
das ist, glaube ich, alles entspannter.
Warum? Weil du denkst, die haben einfach hohes Ceiling?
Ja, ich glaube, MKOI sollte unser jetzt nicht einziger, aber es ist ein Main-Team, was ich sagen würde, was uns für Worlds contesten kann. Für den Top 3-Spot.
Okay, guck mal. Okay, jetzt check ich, weil ich hatte für Playoffs, ja. Ist einfach Standard, wer dritter Platz wird, right? Also quasi Upper Bracket, wenn ihr es. Warte, erstes Best of 5 Win in Playoffs. In Top 4 ist es Worlds?
Ja. Wenn du in Madrid gewinnst, bist du Worlds.
Auch nicht schlecht, actually. Ja, okay,
schlecht,
okay. Voll gut. Und dritter Slot ist dann einfach Lower Bracket, also es gibt keinen Regional Gauntlet, right? So wie erinnern.
Genau, dritter Slot ist also Fünfter und Sechster warten sozusagen im Lower Bracket und dann musst du 2 Best of Fives gewinnen und dann bist du auch bei Worlds, right? Ich glaube 2.
Lower Bracket. Ja, wenn es 6 Teams sind, ja, müsste 5 ja. Solari, das ist ein bisschen eine Frage, aber hat es in Scrims schon so ein bisschen gesehen, dass die einfach nicht so gut drauf sind momentan? Oder wie haben die sich geschlagen? Weil die sind ja gestern rausgebombt. Also super überrascht eigentlich.
Also ich würde sagen, es war jetzt nicht so schlimm. Wir sind jetzt generell nicht das Team, das mega diszipliniert gegen IRL-Teams scrimmt. Ja. Wir sind eher das Team, das sich dann an einem Tag gegen IRL-Teams streitet, weil die Hälfte will 4-0 stompen und dafür sorgen, dass sie canceln und die andere Hälfte will einfach nur Limits testen und sterben. Also ich glaube, wir hatten so 3 Games mit mehr als 1 Kill pro Minute oder 2 Kills pro Minute. Die sahen jetzt nicht terrible aus. Ich habe aber auch den Games nicht gesehen. Ich habe nur gesehen, dass sie Olaf gefirstpickt haben. Das haben sie gegen uns in Scrims auch gemacht.
Hast du einen Favorite-Gegner für Madrid? Ich weiß gar nicht, wie es läuft. 1 gegen 4, 2 gegen 3 wahrscheinlich?
Ja,
wahrscheinlich so laufen.
Also ich denke, es läuft wahrscheinlich vieles darauf hinaus, dass wir einfach gegen G2 spielen. Und also ich denke mal, Casey wird 4. Platz picken und wir werden 3. Ich glaube, der einzige, also es kann sein, dass wenn Koi jetzt alles stompt und gut aussieht, dass Casey sagt, wir spielen lieber gegen Vitality jetzt gegen Koi. Und es kann auch sein, dass wenn G2 sich nicht erholt hat, wir noch 2. werden. Alles möglich.
Habe ich auch gelesen, dass Fnatic auch noch irgendwie 2. werden kann, hat einer in meinem Chat gesagt. Ich gesagt, so bitte Top 6, bitte.
Ich hab gerade gesehen, Fnatic hat
70% auf Playoffs schon. Einfach
30% auf Top 4.
Ja, lass erstmal Top 6. Also, ich sag, okay, also erstmal gegen Shifters gewinnen. Ich weiß ganz genau, morgen, ich werde hier wieder da sein. Es wird 3 Game Series, ich weiß ganz genau. Die werden ein Game verlieren gegen Shifters.
Wenn Shifters wird jedes Game Range Supports spielen und versuchen Botlane zu stompen. Und dann mal gucken, ob es reicht. Also der Metashift ist, glaube ich, relativ bad für Fnatic, dass jetzt Back to Range Supports ist, weil das war das, wo Lospa halt so mega gestruggelt hat im Rest des Jahres eigentlich.
Aber ist es auf Kampf-Range? Also ist es, du musst sie spielen oder ist es so, das ist einfach nur Preference wieder? Weil Alistar kann ja auch, also du wirst halt den Lane gefistet so, aber ich meine, gefühlt auch, niemand invadet mehr Level 1 Jungle. Das kann doch nicht sein, dass du auf einmal nicht mehr Level 1 invaden kannst mit Support. Ich verstehe das nicht. Warum ist es auf einmal von heute auf morgen, hat es in Scrims nicht mehr funktioniert?
Du verlierst mega viel XP, glaube ich. Irgendwie sowas. Wenn du Pre-Level 5 XP misst, bettert das mega viel. Ich weiß nicht genau, was der Change...
Ja, 8% mehr. Das sind von 25% auf 33% die Penalty. Also...
Ich weiß nicht. Ja. Ich weiß nur, dass Flashy meint, der hat ein Game geroamt und der wurde das ganze Game nicht mehr 6 oder sowas.
Okay.
Aber ich meine, es ist also einfach, wenn wir uns Meta angucken, in Korea ist wieder Bard, Lucian, First Phase alles gebannt. Und unsere Series heute war ja auch alles Range Supports. Also zu dem Grad, dass in Game 3 nach Luluban einfach keine Range Supports mehr übrig waren.
Keine Standard auf jeden Fall mal, oder? Also
Ja.
so Autos sind ja.
Ja, außer du willst hier deine Sona, Sorakas, Yumis spielen. Also vor allem Zero Yumi haben wir auch schon, ich weiß nicht, wo habe ich es gesehen? Im Prime League habe ich es gesehen, ne?
Höchstwahrscheinlich, ja.
Ja.
Höchstwahrscheinlich, ja. Prime League ist für alles immer offen. Wie bist du persönlich happy mit so Progress, den Flash dieses Jahr über gemacht hat? Bist du allgemein mit deinen Spielern? Oder
Ich
denkst du,
würde
da wäre
schon
noch
sagen, ja.
mehr drin gewesen?
Nee, ich
Theoretisch.
würde sagen, Progress ist auf jeden Fall sehr gut. Ich glaube, das ist auch einfach was Pat mega gut kann. Dass er einfach Spieler besser macht. Ich finde vor allem, bei Flashy sieht man es wahrscheinlich am besten. Aber auch wie Fiesta jetzt integriert ist. Also wenn du einfach nur Voice kommst aus Madrid mit jetzt vergleichst, ist Night and Day. Und auch wie so also Pat hat so ganz viele, wie heißt es denn, Set-Pieces, die halt Namen haben. Und die sind so eingebrandmarkt bei Fiesta, das ist immer richtig cute, wenn er dann auf Englisch hier Set-Piece-Namen sagt und so weiter. Also ich glaube, wir können sehr happy sein. Ich glaube, das einzig Wichtige ist, dass wir offen bleiben für Meta-Veränderungen. Das hat uns in Spring so ein bisschen das Bein gebrochen für Playoffs. Und dann müssen wir halt mal ein Game in Playoffs gewinnen, weil sonst kommen wieder Demons.
Checke. Sie haben mir gesagt, dass ich rappen muss und das passt perfekt für zweite Halbzeit. Top.
Wunderbar.
Ich danke dir vielmals. Du machst gut. Wie lange brauchst du nach Hause? Zweite Halbzeit?
Ja, nee, wir müssen nochmal ins Office, aber ich gucke im Auto.
Aua, ja, okay.
Und
Mach's gut,
also
ne?
ich gucke auch so im
Ja.
Office, alles chillig. Ja, ich schau mir das mal an.
Mach's
Alright.
gut. Schönen
Mach's
Abend noch.
gut. Ciao, ciao.
Tschüss. Das war doch chillig.